New pitcher for the Reds. It looks like Josh Smith will take over. Left-handed pitcher.
3 hits, 2 runs, they were earned, 1 home run, 2 strikeouts, 1 wild pitch.
So the first batter for the Angels here will be Justin Upton. Angels have a 4-0 lead.
1 home run, 2 strikeouts, 1
And the
wild
first pitch, that one a little bit low. It misses for a ball. Smith is a lefty. And here's the next pitch. That one is outside. He spent some time last year with the Cleveland Indians and also the Miami Marlins. Waiver claim during the offseason. Next pitch on Upton. He was holding on that one.
One of the worst things for a player, Terry, is and we saw it happen often this offseason. Get claimed by waivers, then be put on waivers again by the new club they never got to even be with.
And the next delivery, and that one there, it's taken for a strike.
See it happening more often nowadays. Another rule change to keep in mind is the injured list for pitchers. And this maneuvering of 10-day IL is over with, because of the things that were happening in tweaking and using those loopholes to how you set up your rotation. And I'm glad.
Yeah.
There was way too many guys that were getting called up for different teams for one outing, and immediately after a good outing get sent down because you could work within those rules. But gonna have to think about it twice before you put a guy on IL now.
Upton over there at first base, drawing the walk here, and here is Albert Pujols, who's singled in a pair of runs for the Angels. Did that in the bottom of the first and takes that one for a called strike.
One thing that helped Albert last year with his 23 home runs and 93 RBI was the fact that he improved against left-handed pitching as he got away from just the pulling aspect of it, and we saw more of a display by Albert, especially with men on base, where he was a much different hitter on using center field to the right field line more often.
Looks like we're going to have a pinch runner over there at first base for Upton, so a short day for Justin Upton.
That could be Martinez. We'll double check.
Here's the next pitch, and that one is outside.
First base for your Angels, number 28, Orlando Martinez.
Orlando Martinez is the pinch runner over there at first base. He's an outfielder, probably stay in the ball game, take over defensively for Upton as well.
Saw Martinez in action the first game here against Colorado. A lot of young minor league players who have their mini camp going in the backfields, the back complex, getting plenty of opportunities as it is typical in the early going here in spring training. But a lot of guys are getting starts.
Next pitch on Albert, lines one into right field, and a nice running catch on that one by Schebler. He was headed towards the line.
There it was. That's that swing that we saw come back again last season against lefties. Nice job there by Albert. 2 very good at bats here this afternoon on his spring debut. Well read in right field, by the way, by Schebler. It's not an easy one to play when you have the wind and you're playing also the slice right off the bat.
Yeah, tough conditions for the outfielders. That wind really gusting in from center field. 25 mile per hour wind gusts when we got started.
What was the game time temperature? 67.
And there's a pitch that is thrown behind the Angels batter, Castro. It pops off the mid of the catcher, Casale. That is a wild pitch that will move the runner up to second.
That was a dry hand breaking ball, got away from me, and it was coming in at about 70 miles an hour, picking up some speed because of the wind. Jason Castro can only be thankful.
So 1 ball, no strikes. Josh Smith, the pitcher, replacing Ryan Lilly, who were hitting in a third for the Reds today. And here's the next pitch. That is on the outside part of the plate. That's a called strike.
You got a nice report from Troy Percival about Ryan Lilly. Just had a chance to exchange messages here with Percy. True angel. Joe Batten mentioned Percy in his press conference. One of those guys that he wanted to see around the baseball diamond more often in his team.
Troy Percival has been a head coach, college baseball coach.
UC Riverside, his son, also a fine ball player himself.
Yeah, son's a pitcher too, isn't he? Yeah.
He's got the arm. He's got the Percy arm.
Counts 2 balls and 2 strikes here on Castro. The Angels batting in the third, up 4-0. A lot of base runners here in the early going for the Halos. Good sign. There's one hit well down the right field side, but that ball is going to pull foul. Castro jumped on that pitch. Nice swing by the left-handed hitter against the lefty pitcher. So it's a 2-2 count. Andrelton Simmons waiting on deck.
Nice and easy, as hard as you can.
And the next delivery, that breaking ball taken for ball 3. Full count, 3 balls, 2 strikes.
That's a pretty good take there by Jason Castro. Even the breaking ball that got away from Smith that went behind his back at least gave him an idea on release point. And mainly the way he took that pitch, he was quite aware of the speed coming in to the hitting zone.
There's the payoff pitch, and that one hits him.
I guess it was meant to happen, Terry.
So a walk, a hit batter in this inning by Josh Smith. And thing about it, he did not look good there facing a left-handed batter.
Not at all. Really struggling that release point with that breaking ball, especially. Just could not get it in good spots.
Yeah, if you're a lefty and you have trouble getting left-handed batters, that is not a good sign.
Especially with a breaking ball missing on that side of the plate 3 different times. Just there's no finish at all.
So here's Simmons. The Angels have a pair on, 1 out. Andrelton flied out to right field his first time up. Delivery on Andrelton. He lifts one in the air into right field. Chasing hard after it towards the line is Shepler. He'll make the grab. Tagging at second base will be Martinez. He'll move up. But Simmons has another quick at bat. Same result as the one last inning. He flies out to right. That's out number 2.
I admire Akiyama, Terry. Fundamentally solid. I've seen a couple of things today that he's done so well in left field. In this one, backing up the play at third base as a left fielder. Just catches your eye because obviously you don't see it very often now. But boy, he was following the action the entire time to see where that throw was coming and to make sure he followed the play with that lead runner at third now.
There's Taylor Ward, and the first one he takes breaking ball called strike. Ward homered last inning. Angels 9-hole hitter today.
I mean, he cut a ball through the teeth of the wind. Some serious barreling and exit velocity.
An error in there for a called strike, and it's an 0-2 count.
Saw Taylor Ward last year, first at bat of the spring, I recall. It was a grand slam. Because he also had a home run, a walk-off home run, a last play of Mike Scioscia's managerial career with the Angels.
Yeah. So 0-2 here on Ward with 2 outs and 2 Angel base runners.
I recall a couple of early Grand Slams here last spring, one by Dustin Garneau, who is now a Astros catcher.
There's one that's way high and outside.
Garneau ended up signing a major league deal with Houston. Well deserved. Very nice showing for the Angels and for the A's last year.
Astros bringing back Martin Maldonado.
They got a nice 2-year deal for Martin.
Yep. That's low and inside. A breaking ball misses.
As expected, the booing continues whenever the Astros take the field.
Yeah.
So far this spring, and we know it's going to carry into the regular season.
Here's the next pitch, and that is popped high in the air into right field. Schebler's getting a workout out there, foul territory, and he overruns the ball, and the ball ends up dropping into fair ground. That's going to bring in a run, and the Angels are going to see their batter Ward all the way over there at third base. 2 are in on a play that the wind certainly affected that fly ball.
There's no doubt. Schebler has played everything quite nicely, actually, out in right field throughout this afternoon. And as he mentioned, tested so many times with this one. He had everything timed, just placed perfectly what position he was going to be in and what location. But after the last minute, a gust of wind brings his ball back into the playing field when he thought it was going to be perhaps closer to that line and maybe into foul territory. That was crazy.
So Taylor Ward having a big day. He's already homered and tripled.
And here's Jam Jones.
Jahmai Jones batting for David Fletcher. So Fletcher will leave the game, and Jones probably will take over for him at second. And he swings and misses that one. No balls and 2 strikes on Jones. Angels with another 2-run inning. They've had 3 of them already here.
Tip my hat to Taylor Ward, who ran hard the entire time, knowing how tough it is out there in the outfield. He's playing right field himself this afternoon.
There's one chopped foul over on the left side. "6-0 Angels here in Tempe, bottom of the 3rd inning. And here's the next pitch. That one is a breaking ball that misses low and in. Joe Adell waiting on deck for the Angels. Here's the next delivery, and Jahmai Jones got tied up on that one. It'll be a strikeout victim. Wasn't sure whether to chase it, hold up, got caught in between, and the inning ends on the strikeout. But another pair of runs for the Angels and a 6-0 lead as we head to the 4th inning on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports. Wholesale changes for the Angels. We'll pick those up in just a moment. Meantime, out for his 2nd inning in relief is Jose Suarez. And Derek Dietrich, the batter, he takes the first pitch for a ball. We'll set up the Angels infield. A brand new look. Over at first base is Matt Thaiss. Second base, Jahmai Jones. Third base, Arizmendi Alcantara. And the new shortstop is Elliot Soto. That pitch is low and inside. The outfield, Orlando Martinez stays in the game for Upton in left. Joe Adell is now in there, replacing Mike Trout in center. And Taylor Ward stays out there in right field, and still behind the plate is Jason Castro. Here's the 2-0. That's hit sharply but foul over on the right side.
It's a dream 3 innings, Terry, to begin the game here for the youngsters, because with the regular players, you go, well, 2 at-bats for, 4 or 5 innings, but those 2 at-bats came quickly. They're out of there, and the youngsters get a chance for many reps here this afternoon.
So here comes the 2-1 pitch, and that's taken for a called strike.
Good to see Jason Castro just insisting so much with his fastball here on Jose Suarez, and the more he's thrown it, quite obvious, the better his command will continue to get.
Next pitch, and he tried to pick away at the inside corner, missed with that one, so it's a full count.
You saw that finish there on Suarez. Saw that a lot last season, and just not being able to finish with that front hand. He wants his palm to be shown when he delivers to the plate, not just roll it in there, which could be very dangerous.
Payoff pitch is lifted in the air, foul down the left field side, long run over there, but running out of room is the Angels left fielder Orlando Martinez. Angel fans, don't forget there's no room for compromise when you're making a quality shake. In and Out uses real ice cream to make a shake that's refreshingly rich and deliciously smooth. Pure and simple. That's dedication to quality you can taste. Next one is chased on a 3-2, and it's thrown right by Dietrich. Struck him out swinging, one away.
Excellent job. Jason Castro showed enough of a breaking ball to offset the swing by Dietrich. Looking at the breaking ball there, he gets a fastball in a pretty good hittable zone, but Suarez now instilling that confidence coming from his veteran catcher, insisted on that pitch. Well executed.
Angels pitcher so far racking up some early strikeouts against these Reds hitters. Here's the next delivery. That one's outside on Blandino. Lundy struck out 4 in 2 innings. Suarez has worked an inning and a third. He's struck out a pair. Next delivery, and that one is low and away. 2 balls and no strikes. And the 2-0 on Blandino. He swings at that one and lifts it in the air into right field, and battling the wind and the sun out there is Taylor Ward to make the grab. That's the second out.
It's a pretty good read there by Ward, knowing that the glove side is a plus. That ball slicing right into the comfort side of the body where your glove is. Not surprised to see him get some reps out in the other corner.
Here's Schebler set the bat. And the left-handed batter chases and misses that one for strike 1.
It's a crowded outfield, Terry, for the Reds. You know, we talk about Aquino, we talk about Akiyama, Nick Castellanos. And obviously, because it is a National League team, there's no extra bat that you can add to your lineup for a guy like Schebler. Trying to get more and more in tune as to just to make sure there's a spot for him. Keep Jesse Winker in mind, who was a good option for them. Also a good athlete as a leadoff guy for them.
Yeah, there's one that's fouled off on the left side. Winker, a guy that very well could have a starting berth for the Reds in the outfield.
He was as a leadoff hitter last year. Winker had an on-base percentage over 380. Philip Irvin is another guy that has served the backup role for them. Boy, I'm looking forward to seeing Castellanos hit in that ballpark and in that division, as he did for the Cubs at the end of last season. He was remarkable.
There's a little chopper foul over on the right side.
And Mike Moustakas, his numbers, I'll see how it all compares to what he did in Milwaukee last year, over 30 home runs. Now Moustakas will be the second baseman for the Reds.
Also in that outfield mix is Nick Senzel.
Senzel coming off of injury, yeah.
Here's the next pitch, and that is a breaking ball on the inside part of the plate. Schebler is out looking, and that will end the inning. So 2 more strikeouts here for Suarez, and he has probably completed his day's action as well. We're headed to the bottom of the 4th inning, 6-0. Angels on top of the Reds on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports. First batter for the Angels here as we begin the bottom of the 4th, Joe Adell. First pitch missed to him. Smith still out there on the mound, the left-hander, and Adele takes that one outside.
Adele has looked pretty comfortable so far here in camp. A pretty loose camp run by Joe Madden and his staff, but Adele really adapting well to some of the things that are expected out of him out in the outfield with his routes, his throwing, decisions to be made, coverage, and his hitting approach. So far, so good. And he'll get a long look here throughout the spring and wants to push the door to be at the Big A soon, and sooner than expected is the goal.
Adele was taking the next pitch, and that one missed for ball 3, so it's a 3-1 count. Here's the next delivery. This is skied in the air, foul on the third base side. The catcher goes back behind the plate, but it's going to get back and out of room. Aren't really sure with the way the wind's blowing here if that one was going to stay in play in foul ground or get back to the seats, and it did get back to the seats.
A lot of hang time there for Casali on that one. But as he saw what happened to Shepler in right field, you just never know. Any late gusts can bring that ball back to you.
Joe Adele hitting out of Mike Trout's spot. Trout was 0 for 1, had a walk, scored a run, and the pitch. That's on the outside corner, and it freezes Adele. Struck him out looking. One away.
Yeah, Trout's 0 for 1. That would have been like 450 any other day. That would have been a 1 for 1 home run. Ball was skied deep left field, but the wind took a hold of it into Akiyama's hands.
So here is Alcantara. He is hitting out a Rendon spot, his first at bat today. And the first pitch, he takes that one for a called strike.
Alcantara got off to a good start. First game played. Had a nice bunt single. RBI single the other way too. Versatile, made some good plays at third base. He can help you in the infield and also in the outfield. Familiar face for Joe Madden back when their days with the Chicago Cubs a few years back.
Angels still have Shohei Ohtani in the lineup. He's the DH, so he's waiting on deck.
Yeah, for Shohei, it's back to those days where he has to balance the workload between his hitting and his pitching, especially as the workload starts to increase on the pitching side of things. And so far has been everything progressing nicely and on time for Shohei to make his debut as a pitcher, hopefully in mid-May or if not before.
Here's one that's lined on the left side, and a nice diving catch there by the young shortstop Jose Garcia. That was nicely done. Second out in the inning, and here is Ohtani. The Angels have a 6-0 lead, and 5 of the 6 runs today have come with 2 outs. Good sign. And now it looks like the Reds are going to make a pitching change after the second out here in the inning. So we're going to take a break. When we get back, Angels still batting in the bottom of the 4th, leading Cincinnati 6-0 on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports. Shohei Ohtani at the plate facing the new Reds pitcher, and his name is Jesus Reyes. First pitch was chased and missed for strike 1. Reyes is a right-hander, and Shohei bounces one by the mound. It's out near second, stopped by the shortstop, and Garcia will throw out Ohtani, and that is how the inning will end. Angels go down quietly for the first time here today. 4 in the books. 5th inning is right around the corner. It's 6-0 Angels on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports. Fifth inning to begin shortly, and the Angels have a new pitcher. Keenan Middleton is out there getting ready for his first outing this spring. And Middleton bidding for a spot in the Angels bullpen, coming off a injury-plagued season a year ago.
He is feeling good about where he is, and actually feeling better about the fact here that he got his feet wet last year after that surgery at the big league level and performed very well.
Yep, Middleton only pitched 7 2/3 innings for the Angels last year, coming back from the Tommy John right elbow surgery he had back in May of 2018. Brief time we saw him last season. Good job. So he's ready to work. Jonathan India is the batter.
Yeah, velocity is back. The sharp slider is back, and what never lacked, it's always been there, is that confidence. In fact, Keenan Middleton that had told me during his time off and after surgery and during the surgery rehab, going to worry about my conditioning. Got to really take care of my conditioning. Look at the way he presents nowadays.
Next pitch fouled off on the right side. That one's going to get back and out of play. So Middleton replacing Suarez. Jose did a good job. 2 innings, 1 hit, no runs, walked 1, and he recorded 3 strikeouts.
I did.
Jose Suarez.
Oh.
We're speaking about that Jose right now. Jose.
I'll wait till the 9th inning to see if he say that I did a good job.
So 1 ball, 1 strike, and here's the next delivery. He throws that one right by him and jumps in front.
That is some good velocity. And he's amped up. He was telling me that getting back into camp with his teammates healthy, what a breath of fresh air for him. Actually told me I feel like a rookie again.
Yep, he had a long layoff, and here's the pitch. He tried to pick that outside corner. That one misses a little bit low.
I tell you, early in camp, when Middleton was throwing his bullpens, I was talking to Tony La Russa, and all of a sudden you see the motion, you see and hear the glove popping, and Tony goes, "Now who's over there throwing?"
And that one is way outside, missed by a lot, so it's a full count. Well, Middleton, before the surgery, Jose, we saw him top out triple digits with that fastball.
Oh, yes.
We didn't see that velocity when he came back last year, but
no, not expected.
Right. We'll see how it picks up here.
I have no reservations about it coming back. High 90s.
Payoff pitch. It's lifted high in the air
Oh,
on
boy.
the right side. Foul territory, first base side near the Angels dugout. Making a nice play over there is Matt Theis. He had a good angle to that one, and he ended up catching it near the Angels on deck circle with very windy conditions here.
Nice job.
Fans, don't forget, get your red on. Experience Angels baseball with your group of 20 or more and get tickets for as low as $10 per seat. Just call 888-796-HALO or visit angels.com/groups. So here's the red shortstop today, Jose Garcia.
Terry, do you know that I was once Jose Garcia?
Was that in your movie days?
Yes, I was.
There you go.
I was Jose Garcia, the shortstop.
That's right.
For the Tigers.
I'm well aware of that, Jose. Yep.
I saw that name today. I'm writing in Jose Garcia, shortstop. Well, that brings some good memories.
1 ball, no strikes.
And some residuals.
Yeah.
No way do I compare it to this guy's body or size, but or ability.
Sure. Fouls one off. Does Garcia backing out of play? Mentioned very talented young shortstop prospect. The Reds are going to go, it looks like, with Freddie Galvis this year, playing shortstop for them.
Freddie, very durable, and he can really take advantage of the that ballpark and show some power. But Freddie's a guy that plays every single day, and he was actually a waiver claim last summer for the Reds.
That one misses low and away. Yeah, they got him in August of last season from Toronto, speaking of Galvis. Fifth inning. Angels blanking the Reds 6-0. Cincinnati with just 1 hit in this game. Next delivery, that one misses high.
You know, for that movie, we actually have bats made for every character with a character's name.
Wow,
I have a Jose Garcia bat.
They went the extra mile.
Yes,
on
they
that.
did.
Wow, how about that? That was what, Kevin Costner was in that movie, right?
Kevin Costner, Kelly Preston, J.C. Riley.
There's one lifted high in the air and hit well down the left side, and that ball is going to get out, a home run.
My Jose Garcia didn't hit the ball that hard.
Wow.
That was a shot through the wind. Again, as we saw Taylor Ward do, that is some pretty impressive power for the youngster from Cuba. Man.
Ball jumped out, no doubt about it. So Garcia homers. That's the first Reds run today. It's 6-1 Angels here in the 5th.
8 home runs last year for Garcia, signed in 2017. Had an injury-riddled 2018, came back strong last season, hit 280. And single A's, even stole 15 bases. So boy, showing us just a little bit defensively with that great play to his right, diving, and now with his power. The line drive out of here against the wind.
First pitch misses here on Stevenson. 1 ball, no strikes. And the next one, he's taking that one as well, and that one did catch the outside part of the plate. Jose Garcia, who hit that home run, 21 years old. He'll turn 22 in April. Very talented young player. Great future in the Reds system.
Oh, you mentioned the bottom 3 in that lineup between India, Garcia, and Stevenson. Here's Stevenson, another big young kid who presents a lot of hope for the Reds in their future. This one is a backstop, a catcher.
Here's the 1-2 on Stevenson, and he's late with a swing on that one as Middleton blows him away, struck him out swinging. Out number 2, another strikeout for the Angels. That's 8 of them already against Reds hitters today. And Okiyama, the leadoff man, who's had 1 of their 2 hits today, will be the next batter.
Middleton came right back upstairs. Great lead following that glove and hitting right on target with a very good follow through.
Here's the pitch, and that fastball is high and away.
Some news today in regards to the Angels and injuries. Prospect Brandon Marsh suffered a left elbow strain when he dove for a ball in center field on Sunday. No timetable yet, but it will severely cut his Cactus League playing time. And there's a chance it delays the start to his season. And we saw the effort made by Brandon Marsh, and a ball hit to center field where he dove. Where we sort of hear that.
Pitch on its way, and that one is in there. Yeah, you hate to see something happen this early in spring, and hopefully it's not going to set him back too much this spring. Speaking of Marsh. 1-2 pitch. That's fouled back behind the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. You watch Okiyama here. This is the first time we've had a chance to see him live in person, and his swing, especially his 2-strike swing, kind of reminds you of Ichiro.
Oh, yes, it does. Little follow through, little run and swing there.
Yep. 1-2 pitch, and he pops this one on the left side, foul territory near the coaching box. Making the catch on it is Alcantara, the Angels' 3rd baseman, and that will end the inning. They had the homer in the inning. That was the only hit. The bottom of the 5th is next. 6-1 Angels leading Cincinnati on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports.
Bottom of the 5th inning, Angels leading the Reds 6-1 here in the windy afternoon, cool afternoon here in Tempe Diablo Stadium. The Angels scored 2 runs in each of the first 3 innings. And pitching so far pretty solid all the way around until Keenan Middleton gave up a home run in his inning against Jose Garcia. Line drive right through the wind into left field. The young shortstop putting on a nice show here. And Bundy, Suarez, 2 solid innings each of them for the Angels on the mound.
At the plate for the Angels, batting for the first time in the ball game, is Orlando Martinez. He came in as a pinch runner for Justin Upton and ended up scoring a run in the 3rd inning. First pitch missed for a ball. The last one was in there, and the 1-1, that's low and inside. The Reds have made several changes. They have Matt Davidson over at first base. Blake Truhaw is the 3rd baseman. They have a new left fielder in the ball game as Okiyama has left the game, and in left field for Cincinnati now is Stuart Fairchild. 2 balls and 1 strike on Martinez. Next pitch he takes, and that's right in there from Reyes. So the count's 2-1. And also in right field now for the Reds is Mark Payton. And they have a new catcher in the game, and behind the plate is Kyle Farmer. Here's the next delivery, and Martinez fouls that one off on the left side, backing out of play. Two balls and 2 strikes. Infield is backed up, no shift on, although with 2 on each side, they are shading a little bit towards second. At least the shortstop Garcia over there. And on that 2-2 pitch, it's chased and missed by Martinez. He's a strikeout victim to start the inning off.
Jesus Reyes on the mound for Cincinnati, was in their system last year in AAA Louisville. He went 1-6, 5.03 ERA in 43 games, 7 starts, and 77 innings. Struck out 64 batters, but those 77 innings, Terry, he walked 54 batters.
So he has some command issues. Yeah.
His whip, 1.67.
One strike to count here on Matt Thaiss. This is his first at bat today. He's hitting out of Albert's spot, number 6 spot in the batting order. Replaced Pujols over at first base as well. One ball, 1 strike now the count on Matt Thaiss.
Yeah, Thaiss showed us immediately why the Angels think so highly of him. He has a high energy swing. Tripled deep into the Tempe Diablo Stadium field here, first game up.
Pitch was taken for strike 1-2.
He showed the bunt. Remember last season, Matt Thaiss, towards the end of the season, actually got a bunt single down, beating the shift. I think the entire dugout got up and clapped for him.
Here's a hot smash on the first base side. It skips off of Davidson's glove, and then the ball was fielded by the second baseman, who threw to the pitcher wildly. So Thaiss will easily move up to second base on that. That ball jumped on Davidson over there at first base. So that's going to be scored a hit and an error. Thaiss with the single, and then Landino committing the error on that one, on the throw to first base. So here is Castro at the plate. Angels have a runner at second. And the next delivery, this is a ball that pops right off the glove of Davidson, and it skips into right field. And coming in and scoring from second base is going to be Thaiss. That'll be an error on the first baseman. So some miscues here by the Reds on the right side of the infield here in this inning. And now the Angels have a 7-1 lead.
Yeah, coming to the game, and it seems like the ball is going to find you. And this was not the easiest of hops for the veteran Davidson to Tried to grab with some softer hands, giving into it, but ball just ate him up. A lot of spin on that one.
So Elliott Soto will be the next Angel batter. Castro, who just reached on that error, lifted for a pinch runner over there at first base. Elliott Soto's first at bat today. That one misses low for a ball. Soto replaced Andrelton Simmons, and he's batting for the first time today. Got to stick that run up on the scoreboard for the Angels here, Jose.
Make sure you don't get cut short, Terry.
They have it 6-1. It's actually 7-1. That one is a little bit low.
Jack Kruger pinch running at first base.
Jack Kruger is the pinch runner over there at first base. Here's the next pitch. That one is fouled off over on the left side.
Pretty special day for Jack Kruger, as we mentioned earlier, in case you were not tuned in. But the Angels wearing the special hats today, honoring Orange Coast College and the memory of Coach Altobelli. And Jack Kruger at first base now, talking to him before the game and just expressing to us how special, how meaningful his relationship was to Coach and to the entire family. Gets to play in the game, but means a whole lot for him. Kruger himself, an Angels young catching prospect, pretty good athlete. Spent 1 year playing for Coach Altobelli.
So the count is 3 balls and a strike here on Soto. And the next pitch, that is right in there for a called strike. Let's pause for stations to identify themselves on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports. Here's the next delivery on Elliott Soto, and that one there, he chases and misses on a 3-2 delivery, and he will be a strikeout victim. So the second strikeout in the inning for Reyes. A run in the inning, and Angels with that runner at first base. Here's Taylor Ward, who's been in right field so far the entire ball game. Angels have taken out just about all the starters here today. Ohtani's still in the game as the DH, although I don't know if we're going to see him get another at bat in this game. Ward's had a big day, and the pitch, that one is low and outside. He's had a homer. He hit it into the wind, got it out in left field, and then he also was aided by the wind on the triple that gave Shepler trouble down the right field line.
Call him Ward the Wind Man here today. He's a little bit of everything. And he's played the wind very nicely, in fact, over in right field where he's been playing today. Taylor Ward, a player that the Angels almost traded in a Knicks trade just a few weeks ago with the Dodgers. Playing his 3rd position in professional baseball.
Next pitch, that one is inside.
So you're looking at the Reds. Obviously a team that is on the rise, made some nice investments this offseason. They have not had a winning season since 2013. In the last 5 seasons, they've gone from 64, 68, 68, 67, and 75 wins. Last season, 75 and 87.
Here's the next delivery, and that one is low. Well, Cincinnati has been a terrific baseball town over the years, but they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about. Certainly in recent years. We mentioned they've had only 3 winning seasons in the last 19 years. And they've been to the postseason only 4 times in the last 24 years.
Now, encouraging starts with their pitching staff, and their rotation is one that many people envy around baseball.
There's a little shot into center field. It's going to drop in for another hit for Ward. So he has a 3-hit day, and he's actually a double away from hitting for the cycle. But his day is going to come to an end as the Angels will bring in a pinch runner for Taylor Ward. So job well done for him today. Angels have him at first and second. Michael Hermosillo will be the pinch runner.
As we mentioned, that rotation, Terry, that the Reds have, led by Luis Castillo. Opponents hit .202 against the tough Dominican last year. Castillo, flamethrower with a plus changeup. Trevor Bauer, acquired midsummer from the Indians. Sonny Gray bounced back last year. Seems healthy at this point. Opponents hit .196 against Sonny Gray. And they added Wade Miley. Go out there and give him some innings.
One ball, no strikes here on Jahmai Jones. He's batting for the second time in the game. Their other starter is Anthony DeSclafani, who had a pretty good year last year for Cincinnati. Average over a strikeout an inning, made 31 starts for them.
And they need as many innings as they can. They have not had a single pitcher throw 200 innings since Johnny Cueto did it in 2014.
I'll tell you what, I remember last year when we played the Reds during the regular season and we had a chance to see Luis Castillo firsthand, how impressed I was with him. We hadn't never seen him in person, and he is a fine young pitcher. Had a 15-8 record last year, and you mentioned that changeup, one of the best in the game.
Yes, it is, along with high 90s of the fastball with some movement.
Yep.
And their bullpen, you look at Raisel Iglesias, who's come in camp with a mission to get better. Truly admitted, I need to get better. A guy that, for them, is not afraid to go multiple innings to try to get a save. Michael Lorenzen, two-way player, big arm. Amir Garrett, who took a giant stride last year. And they added a colorful guy that Joe Madden knows very well. His name is Pedro Strop. Now with Cincinnati, and now with the ability to really go out there and shorten some games when needed.
It's a full count here on Jahmai Jones. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
Hoping to see prospect Hunter Green come back healthy after his surgery too.
There's a chopper deep in the hole. It's short, long throw over there by Garcia, and he gets it there in time, and that's how the inning went. That was another nice play by the young infielder.
Fine looking player right there. Nice play. Easy.
Angels will get a run in the inning. A couple of errors by the Reds in the inning, and the Angels will end up leaving a pair of runners on base. 5 are completed. It's 7-1 Angels. We're headed to the 6th on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports. Angels have a new battery as we get set for the top of inning number 6 here in Tempe. Noe Ramirez, the new Angel pitcher. Jack Kruger stays in the game. He's the new catcher. And the first pitch on Aquino, he's taking that one from Noe Ramirez. 1 ball, no strikes.
19 home runs in the big leagues, 28 in AAA.
There's a pitch that kind of handcuffed Kruger. It missed inside for a ball, so it's 2-0. Fans, don't forget there's no room for compromise when you're serving a quality meal. And at In-N-Out, from the juicy 100% beef patties to their hand-cut fries and genuine ice cream shakes, you'll see that they stand for quality you can taste.
Got a little Tony Batista in his stance, just a little.
That pitch there came in and got him. A little bit too inside with that one from Noe Ramirez, so he's off to a little bit of a slow start with his command here. He hits the first batter, and he had missed on a couple of pitches prior to that.
For sure is missing a little bit of where he wants to release the baseball, because 3 times he came close and finally got him.
Noe Ramirez replacing Keenan Middleton, who worked last inning. He was touched for the home run he gave up to Garcia. That was the only hit Middleton allowed. 1 run allowed, and he had 1 strikeout.
Can't say enough about how valuable, how good Noah Ramirez is for any ball club. And for the Angels, he was pretty much Mr. Do-It-All the last couple of seasons, including some starts as an opener.
There's a slow one that is in there for a called strike. Kyle Farmer is the batter.
Noah has the deception. He's got the low 3/4 delivery. He'll throw any pitch, anytime, different velocities, different looks.
Next pitch, it's popped in the air, foul on the right side. That one's going to head back behind the Angels dugout, back and out of play.
It's been his first outing. He's made 6 pitches. You can see that working really hard and almost stressing himself to go out there and just make sure he releases out in front. Every breaking ball he's thrown so far has been in that inner third. Obviously, that is not the intent.
Noe Ramirez, sinker, slider, changeup pitcher. And here's the next one. It's popped foul on the third base side of home plate. The catcher Kruger goes back, and he's going to run out of room back to the seats behind the screen, out of play. Farmer, a versatile player. The Reds probably will have 3 catchers on their roster when they break camp. Farmer is a catcher, but he can play some other positions,
including getting a lot of work this spring at shortstop. Tucker Barnhart is the lead man. Barnhart, by the way, hitting only from the left side nowadays.
Farmer takes that one outside for a ball.
They're a catcher who was a Gold Glover a couple of years back. Figures to be a fun season in Cincinnati. It's going to be a lot of offense and some very good pitching.
And the next delivery, that one is waved at and missed, and Noe gets him. He struck him out. Off speed pitch fooled Farmer. First out here in the inning. Another strikeout for Angels pitching. That is number 9 of the day.
So go figure how things work out in baseball. Yasiel Puig can get traded to Cleveland. That opens the door for Aquino. Yasiel Puig still does not have a job as we speak. After a pretty productive season combined between Cincinnati and Cleveland.
Yeah.
Not sure what Puig's salary demands have been, but there's been some teams interested in him, including at one point the Miami Marlins.
There's a pitch a little bit low. Yeah, you would think Miami would be a pretty good fit for him. He has ties to South Florida.
Lives there.
Yeah.
Spends a lot of time there.
Marlins have added a few veteran players.
Yeah, Dickerson, once they signed Dickerson, pretty much Puig was out of the picture.
Yeah. Here's the pitch. That one is high and away. Matt Kemp is there, trying to win a spot on the Marlins roster. Two balls and 1 strike. Noe Ramirez, the 4th Angel pitcher of the day, and the pitching's been good so far today. Dylan Bundy, a couple scoreless innings. Jose Suarez, a couple scoreless innings. There's a swing and a miss there by Davidson.
Go back and think yesterday, Terry, all throughout the game until the very last inning. A very well pitched game against the Brewers.
Yeah, Angels were shutting out Milwaukee going to the bottom of the 8th, and they got a run in the bottom of the 8th and won it with 1 in the bottom of the 9th.
I would say Mickey Callaway, as a pitching coach, has to be pleased for what he's seen here in the early going from starters and relievers and how they've been pounding the zones.
There's Davidson chasing that 2-2. He is a strikeout victim. And Noe Ramirez, after hitting the first batter in the inning, has kind of found himself out there on the mound. He struck out the next 2. Blandino's gone all the way for them to this point at second base. Gets ready for his third at bat of the day. And here's the pitch, and that is a slider, and he's got that pitch working now in there for a called strike.
Nicely adjusted gradually for Noe Ramirez, over fracturing the wind and dry hands with all those breaking balls that he's able to at times not grip so properly. And there's a good one right there too.
Counts even. It's 1 ball, 1 strike. Tomorrow the Angels will be taking on the Dodgers. We'll be at Camelback Ranch for the Angels and Dodgers, first meeting of the spring for the two clubs.
Dodgers getting a very nice report out of Kenley Jansen. First outing, Terry, mid-90s.
Yeah,
his fastball.
Yep. Yeah, they have to be very excited about that. There was a drop of velocity for Jansen last season, and it kind of corresponded with him not being quite as effective as in the past.
That's a good sign for them. Also, they went out and added a big arm, Blake Trinan, now to complement Kenley Jansen. So two guys that are not the easiest to step against in the batter's box.
Two balls, 2 strikes on Blandino. Runner over there at first base. That's Aquino. He got hit by a pitch to start the inning off and draws a throw over to first base. He gets back to the bag.
He's not going nowhere. Don't worry about him. I do continue to see some very big leads from the Reds.
Yeah, no doubt about that. There's a slider that's low and outside. So good eye there by Blandino. Full count on him. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Noe Ramirez, a guy who appeared in 51 games for the Angels. He was an opener quite a bit for the Angels last year. 7 starts. Averaged well over a strikeout an inning working for the Angels. And again, a guy who doesn't throw that hard. You can get strikeouts anyway.
It's effective.
Right.
Has the ability to swing and miss ability. Miss some barrels in many different ways, not necessarily based on the heater.
Here's the next delivery, and that one there, kind of checking the swing on that one and taking that pitch. Blandino struck him out, and that is how the inning will end.
Another missed barrel. Nice job, Noe.
Good job. He ends up striking out the side after struggling with his control against the leadoff man in the inning. Bottom of the 6th is coming up here in Tempe. 7-1 Angels on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports. Reds will use a new pitcher. Alex Powers comes in. He's their 5th pitcher of the day. They've made a few other changes as well. Stuart Fairchild, who was in left field, has moved to center field. Brandon Barnes is now playing in left field for Cincinnati. They also have a new second baseman in the ball game, and that is Brantley Bell. First pitch, and this is Joe Adell batting for the Angels. He's taking the first one. It's in there for a strike. Adell takes low and outside. That one misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Powers, a right-hander who's now pitching for Cincinnati, delivers, and that one is low and away. It misses for a ball. Bright sunshine. It's been a windy day today here in Tempe. Powers' next pitch, and this one is lifted high in the air, not too deep in right center field. Camping under is the right fielder. That's Mark Payton. He'll retire Joe Adele, and that'll be the first out.
Number 20, Alcantara.
Alcantara, the next hitter for the Angels. Alex Powers, who's pitching. He's 28 years old. Right-hander. And last season spent time between AA and AAA and did a good job as a reliever. Had a sub-2 ERA last year. That pitch misses for a ball.
Well, you definitely come from a different angle and throws a lot of body at you, and then you're able to catch the baseball. But to have an ERA so low at that level just tells you the premium he has put on throwing strikes, quality strikes down in the zone, little velocity up and a while when he wants to, just to pitch away and use all quadrants of the zone in or just out of it.
Alcantara awaits the 2-0 delivery as Powers is set to come in. Here's the pitch. That's outside and low. Reds have a right side infield shift going on at the moment. Reds farm system generally considered fair right now. I guess that would be my grade for it. And the pitch, this is bounced off the plate. It's a fair ball. It's just out of the reach of the pitcher, and then ball is bobbled by Garcia, the shortstop, was playing on the right side. It's going to be an infield hit all the way. So Alcantara has his first hit today. Angels have a 1-out base runner. And this would have been Shohei Ohtani's spot. So Max Stassi is going to bat. Ohtani's day is over. Shohei in his first game for the Angels went 0 for 2 today.
Hit by a pitch, strike out, and ground out to the shortstop for Shohei Ohtani.
First delivery on Stassi, takes that one for ball 1.
Stassi himself happy to be on the field, considering that he had a hip surgery at the end of last season, which was worrisome because obviously the position that he plays as a catcher is one where there's so much turning and tweaking, and certainly I've seen every drill that he's been able to get through at least with no problems here in camp, and Joe Madden said no restrictions whatsoever. He should be ready, and a guy that is trying to make the team as a backup catcher.
Stassi had a real rough season at the plate offensively for the Angels last year, and of course he began last season with the Astros. Takes that one for ball 2, 2-0. He hit just 136, and with the Angels last year he was 3 for 42 at the plate. That's an .071 batting average.
He has struggled with the bat also coming in from the Astros, so considered a premier defender, and that's what Billy Epler raved about when he acquired him last summer. But the Angels do need a little more help from the bottom of that lineup.
Yep. Angels did not get a whole lot of offense from their catchers at all last season, and that was one of the reasons the Angels went out and signed Jason Castro, hoping he'll give them a little bit more offense behind the plate that they saw a year ago. There's one on the outside corner. Stassi has a brother, Brock, who played in the Giants organization last year, AA and AAA. So it's a 3-1 count on Max Stassi. Angels up 7-1, batting here in the bottom of the 6th, and that's a called strike. So it's a full count on Stassi. Angels acquired Stassi in July of last season from the Astros. So full count. We'll see what happens on the payoff delivery. It's on its way, and Stassi grounds one right to short. Flip to second for one. Relay to first. A little bit late. Boy, the Reds didn't do a real good job trying to turn that double play, as Bell did not get rid of that ball fast enough at second base. So it'll be a fielder's choice out at second on Alcantara, and that'll send Orlando Martinez to the plate. Shift on with three infielders on the right side. And here's the pitch on Martinez. He takes that one low for a ball. Chases that pitch, fouls it back behind the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike to count.
Orlando Martinez has that leg kick that we were mentioning a couple of days ago, where he actually got quick pitch by a guy on the mound that just got a read of it and just caught him looking in between. Let's see what he's learned from that in terms of just being on time a little quicker and get a read on pitcher deliveries.
There's a pitch that's taken again. 2 balls and 1 strike. Angels have 7 runs on 8 hits. The Reds 1 run. They've had just 2 hits. And there's a swing and a miss at the 2-1. It's a even count now on Martinez. Matt Thaiss would be up next. Angels and the Reds, for that matter, a couple of teams that people are thinking are positioned to have turnaround seasons this year. Here's the next delivery. That one's fouled off on the left side. Reds ended up 12 games under 500 last year. Of course, the Angels suffered through a rough 2019 season last year. Angels were 72-90 last year.
He's got to end that playoff drought. Dates back to 2014.
And there's a swing and a miss at that 2-2. Martinez is a strikeout victim, and that's how the inning will end. So the Angels and the Reds get ready to hit to the 7th inning here in Tempe. It's 7-1 Angels on the Angels Baseball Radio Network. Dodgers have made several changes, and they have a new pitcher in there. Mitch White will be taking over. He is a right-hander. And here's his first delivery, and that one is right in there for a called strike. Anthony Bemboom is the Angel batter. He's hitting out of Briseño's spot. Briseño went 1 for 2 today. This is Bemboom's first at bat today, and the pitch misses low for a ball.
Mitchell White from San Jose, California, 2nd rounder with the Dodgers back in 2016 from Santa Clara University. Spring training had pitched 1 inning so far, no hits, no runs allowed, 1 strikeout.
They have Tyler White playing over there at first base. Devin Mann is the new 3rd baseman. Luke Raleigh stays in the game. He is in left field. Cody Thomas is in right. Jaron Kendall is in center. Earl Robinson is the new shortstop, and Omar Estevez stays in the game, and he is at second base. Rocky Gale is doing the catching.
Robinson 8th.
Next pitch, that's fouled off on the left side, backing out of play.
This kid has a big arm. Last year, AA, AAA, he struggled through the 5.09 ERA, but 105 strikeouts, 31 walks, and 93 2/3 innings. Only allowed 91 hits. And the long ball kind of chased him around. 16 home runs allowed in under those 100 innings. But a very live arm, 93-94 seen here so far.
Here's the next delivery. This is hit high in the air. It's hit pretty well down in that left field corner, and out there on the warning track making the grab is Luke Raleigh. So that's out number 1 here in the 7th. And Angel fans, don't forget to join us on Saturday, April the 25th for the 10th annual Angels Baseball Foundation 5K and Fun Run. It's presented by Lexus. Now the first 5,000 registered runners receive a shirt, a medal, and 2 ticket vouchers for select Angel home games. You can register at angels.com/5K. Here's Brennan Lund batting. He's been in the ball game all day long as the DH. He's 0 for 2 with a couple strikeouts. First pitch misses, ball 1. And the next delivery, he pops one up foul behind the plate. That's going to head back to the last row of box seats where a fan brought his glove, gets a souvenir baseball.
Hope it wasn't too painful. That ball was way up there. Wow, Mitchell Watt continued to pump up that fastball. We've seen from 93 an increase now to 96 miles an hour so far from this youngster from San Jose.
And here's his pitch. That's way outside. Yeah, he has good velocity, and he's also been a guy who's had some arm problems. That goes back to just a couple seasons ago in 2018, but looks to be throwing free and easy out there. Next one is outside. It misses for a ball.
Collected plenty of strikeouts while pitching in the NCAA. 158 in 124 innings. Great school, Santa Clara.
Next pitch. This is skied in the air to left field. Raleigh is going to have another play, and he's under to make the grab on that one. A couple of putouts to the left fielder. Angel bats have been pretty quiet here today. Only 4 hits, just the 1 run. Probably see more of the regulars tomorrow when the Angels take on the Padres.
That should be the case. Everybody left the ball game healthy yesterday. Guys put on a nice display of hitting. Rendon, how impressive was that? First at bat as an Angel, 8 pitches. Gets a single to left field. Later on, just serves it up, goes the other way for an RBI. That's how you get 120 plus RBIs.
Jahmai Jones is batting for the Angels.
I think the wind really bothered Mike Trout, Terry. What do you think? That ball he crushed yesterday?
Yeah, he thought he had a home run, and so did a lot of people. He wasn't the only one.
We all thought, especially after we saw Taylor Ward cut through the teeth of that wind for a home run, and Jose Garcia do it twice.
Yep, but Trout's was a little bit more in left center and
way high.
Yep.
Yeah, the wind got a hold of it.
Here's one popped up foul on the first base side by Jones. That's going to get back and out of play. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and the Angels down 3-1 here in the 7th. And Jones goes after that one and chops that ball foul over on the third base side.
Pretty good slider velocity also from Mitch White on the mound, and able to really kind of slows his body down a little bit when he throws a breaking ball, but overall, well, you got to respect his velocity. That's why you see swings like Jones's last swing out there on that slider. Even if he kind of showed you a little bit with the body and tipped it, he kept it in a good zone with a good finish.
And the next delivery, and out on strikes is Jahmai Jones. Strong inning there for Mitch White, and that will wrap things up. Angels have a quiet 7th inning stretch time coming up here at the ballpark at Camelback Ranch in Glendale. And right now, Dodgers lead the Angels 3-1 on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Well, the Angels have a new pitcher, and on the mound is Hobie Milner. He takes over for Kyle Keller, who gave up a couple runs last inning. First batter up is Tyler White, and the first pitch misses inside on the right-handed batter for ball 1. White now playing first base for the Dodgers and hitting out of Max Muncy's spot. Hops this one in the air, shallow right field. Coming in is the Angels right fielder, and that is Taylor Ward. He makes the catch on that one, and that's the first out. Cody Thomas, the new batter. He's playing in right field, and he is batting out of Cody Bellinger's spot. Milner's set. Here's the pitch, and the left-handed batter takes that one inside for ball 1. Infielders backed up. No shift, although the shortstop, Livan Soto, playing pretty close to second base. Next pitch on Thomas misses ball 2. Former 13th round pick of the Dodgers back in 2016. He was in Double-A last year. He hit 23 homers, but batted just .236. Pretty big guy, goes about 6'4". Pitch was low on him, and the count is now 3-0. Milner's next pitch, and he slings that one in as he throws sidearm. It's in there for a called strike. 3-1. Second time we've seen Milner this spring. He got hurt by a home run ball the last time, his first Cactus League appearance, and the pitch right in there again. Slings that one in.
Chance to bounce back, Terry. Here it is. He's going to be getting the ball a lot, so I'm glad that is the case. Good to get to the point of spring training where guys are making their second appearances, as we saw today from Barnes, Myers, now Milner.
Pitch was fouled off on the left side. That was what Stamets of Colorado hit that 3-run homer. About the least likely guy you would have thought would do it, but he did. Here's the next pitch. That is in there for a called third strike. So Milner fell behind 3-0 and comes back to strike out Thomas, looking 2 are gone.
A lot of times for a guy like Miller, who is, as I mentioned, going to get a look here from the Angels, getting in very early, is get that first one out of the way and know exactly what you needed to do better. And Terry, a lot of times you do everything right, you don't get the results. Get spooked and things go downhill, but it could be jitters. It could be the ability to not locate well.
Milner's first year in the Angels organization, has pitched in the big leagues with the Philadelphia Phillies. Here's his next pitch. That's right in there. He's pumping in strikes against these lefty batters, and he's way in front, 0-2.
This is all a very good sign. Lefty-lefty matchup, and also starting off against Tyler White.
Milner also saw some time with the Rays just briefly a year ago in 4 games. That one there was tap foul, and cracking his bat on that swing is Jaron Kendall, so he will go back and gets another bat. No balls and 2 strikes to count. And now we see the players, the Angel players, are coming off the field here. I don't know if they...
Was it a fair ball?
Maybe they said it wasn't a foul. He went back to get a new bat, but they're going to say he never fouled the pitch off, I guess. So, yeah.
Complete the play.
The inning comes to an end. Kind of a very odd ending for this inning. It'll go down as a strikeout against Kendall, and out a foul ball. He was going back to get another bat, and that is how the inning will come to an end. So 7 completed. The 8th is coming up. 3-1 Dodgers on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. New pitcher in the ball game for San Francisco, and he's a former Angel, Trevor Gott. Now with the Giants, will take over. So he replaces Albies Parra. Parra did not retire a single batter. He faced 6 batters and gave up 6 hits. But the play at the plate ended the Angels' top of the 3rd inning. Parra allows 6 hits, 4 earned runs, including a pair of homers in 1/3 of an inning of work. Very rough outing for that young pitcher.
He'll learn some things and come back with a vengeance. Everyone at some point has gotten knocked out at this level.
So here is Trevor Gott at the mound for San Francisco, and he faces Mike Trout. Next pitch on Trout, the 1-0 he's taking. That's ball 2.
Former teammates Trevor Gott and Mike Trout. Gott out of Lexington, Kentucky, and out of University of Kentucky.
And the next pitch, and Trout chasing that one and misses that pitch. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Gott was traded from the Angels to the Nationals back in 2015 for Yunel Escobar, and he went along also with pitcher Michael Brady in that trade.
It's 2-2 on Trout, and here's Gott's next pitch, and he throws that one by him at 95 miles per hour. Trevor Gott has always had a good sinking fastball. Last year with the Giants, 50 appearances, 7-0 record, 4.44 ERA. Next scheduled batter for the Angels is Anthony Rendon, but he is done for the day. Just 2 at bats for Rendon. This is Brian Goodwin batting for him. And
Rendon has seen more pitches than with 6 at bats or 7 plate appearances that most Angels have seen throughout the spring. Again today, 6 pitch and a 7 pitch at bat.
Here's the next one on Goodwin. He takes that one low and inside. 1 ball and no strikes, and now it goes to 2-0 with that pitch that was low and in.
Trevor Gott was with the Angels with 48 games back in 2015. He went 4-2.
Here's the next delivery, and that is outside. It misses for a ball.
50 games in relief for the Giants last year. 7-0 record, 1 save. Experience has helped him well being around the zone and controlling that zipping fastball you talk about. He's got a lot of movement in the lower body and goes along with that fastball.
He just walked Goodwin as the pitch was outside, so 1 out base runner. And now we're going to have Deshaun Knowles bat for the scheduled batter, Justin Upton. So the Angels having a big lead here. Joe Madden is getting out of the regulars a little bit earlier than normal today.
They've done a lot of work already.
Yeah.
It's great for the young players coming in. They're going to get plenty of time on the field due to the outpour of runs for the Angels back in that 3rd inning for 2 outs.
I guess Mike Trout might have had the option of having a 3rd at bat here today, and he must have said, yeah, I want to get 1 more AB, and he let the inning off. But the next 2 Angel regulars in the lineup have not stepped up to the plate. Their day over. 1 ball, 1 strike on Knowles.
Nothing strange about Trout. Wanted to compete 1 more time.
And here's a little bouncer hit on the right side. That's going to skip through for a base hit. Knowles, who can really run, takes a big turn rounding first. A single for him. Goodwin moves first to 3rd, and the Angels just keep getting hits in this ball game.
Get on the board to Deshaun Knowles from Bahamas. Good young prospect for the Angels outfielder. Find that hole right to the right of the first baseman on the hard ground here. smartly getting something he could handle to manage with his hands through that hole.
So here's Castro set the bat. He's had a big 3-run homer. That was last inning when the Angels batted around.
Castro figures to stay in there a little bit longer than all the regulars because of the responsibilities that he has behind the plate.
Angels sent 12 batters to the plate last inning and scored those 8 runs. Here's the next pitch that's in there for a called strike.
Anything the Angels can get from Castro on the offensive side, Terry, a huge plus. Haven't had that from the catching position in a few years.
Right-hander's delivery. That's on the outside part of the plate, and out looking is Castro. He questions the call with the home plate umpire Jordan Baker, but second strikeout in the inning here for Gott. And Andrelton Simmons will take his third at bat as he will be stepping up. Simmons has doubled and scored a run in 2 times up.
Pretty good pitch at the letters.
Here's the delivery, and that one is chased in a foul tip right into the mid of the catcher Brantley.
And umpire Jordan Baker, he is a tower behind home plate. He stands 6'7". Got a pretty good look at that high fastball, I would say.
I believe he's the tallest major league umpire
Correct.
active.
Yes. Yep. 6'7". Former player himself, college.
Here's the next delivery, and that's a little bit inside on Simmons. We're only in the 4th inning already. The Angels with 8 runs and 10 hits in this game. Here's the pitch on Simmons, and it's lifted in the air to shallow center field. This will end the inning. Under is Yastrzemski, and he'll glove it, and that'll do it. These things leave a couple runners on base, and we are moving to the bottom of the 4th here in Scottsdale. 8-0 Halos on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Prime Ticket. Dylan Peters is going to take over on the mound for the Angels, the 3rd Angel pitcher of the day. He replaces Jacob Barnes, who had another solid inning. 3 times we've seen him. He's looked good out of the Angel bullpen. He retired 3 in a row, had 1 strikeout. Angels have also made a number of other changes here, so we'll pick those up in just a moment. Peters is set, and here's the left-hander's first pitch. That one misses for a ball.
Oh, so another Angels pitcher go out there and throw 2 scoreless to begin a game. That's been pretty much what the Angels have done through the first 7 games this spring. Dylan Peters was one of them. Comes in relief. He is slated to go 3 innings here this afternoon.
And here's the pitch on its way. This is popped in the air, foul over on the left side, and that one is going to get back to the seats and out of play. So we mentioned Dylan Peters is the new pitcher. The new shortstop for the Angels is Luis Aviles Jr. Kevin Maitan is now the new 3rd baseman for the Angels, and the Angels have a whole new look in the outfield. We're going to fill you in on that after the next pitch. The count's 1 ball, 1 strike.
Terry, you got to meet Kevin Maitan before the game. What do you think?
I did, yeah. Here's one popped in the air into center field. Waiting on it and making the grab on that one is Jordan Adams, the new Angels center fielder. Yeah, Maitan is a little bigger than the last time I saw him.
He's a big kid.
Yeah, and I can understand why maybe the position change makes a whole lot of sense for him. His body type now does not resemble most shortstops.
For sure. Originally a shortstop coming out of Venezuela. A lot of teams after him and trying to sign him as a free agent. Eventually he did sign with the Braves, and
Here's one bounced on the left side, and Maitan stops it, throws, bounces the throw over there. Did everything he could on that one. He did a good job to get to that ball, but the throw will be late, and that will be a one-out hit. So getting ready to step up to the plate now for the Giants will be Alex Dickerson.
Good stop by Maitan going to his right. Just could not get his footing. The first time he tried to grip, could not do it. Then lost it totally. And then there was no chance when he rolled pretty much the ball over to the first base. Good job by Matthijs keeping that ball in front of him.
So lefty-lefty matchup. Here's the pitch, and that one is inside.
What we saw from Peters first time out. Ability to be on the edges of the zone. He got some chases outside the zone. He pounded. He worked through the very tough bases loaded first inning. And finally got a good feel for the off speed as the game progressed.
Next pitch on Dickerson, lifted foul on the left side, backing out of play.
Really accepting well the thought, philosophy, encouragement of Mickey Callaway as his pitching coach of make those 0-1s, 0-2s. There's no need to nibble. And fill that zone. Velocity, secondary. Location, prime.
Here's Peters' delivery, and this is popped foul again. We mentioned the Angels outfield with a different look now. The three starters no longer out there. So Deshaun Knowles stays in the game as he pinched hit for Upton and got a single. He's out there in left field for Upton. Jordan Adams, who's had a put out here in this inning, is the center fielder. Trout has left the game, and Brian Goodwin, who batted for Anthony Rendon, is now playing in right field. There's a pitch that's low and away. It misses for a ball. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Dickerson Poway product. So he got to play pretty much at home in his days with the Padres. 351 on base last year.
Two balls and 2 strikes to count. Here's the next pitch, and that one is low and away. So full count, 3-2.
Excellent take. No flinching whatsoever on that breaking ball. Although Peters has thrown some pretty respectable fastballs here so far.
Full count. Here's the payoff delivery. It's chopped on the left side, a foul ball. So we'll do it again at 3-2. Angels tomorrow will have a split squad day. The home game will be at Tempe Diablo. That'll be the Angels and the White Sox. We'll have the broadcast of that game for you. The Angels will also have another squad playing at Salt River Fields against the Colorado Rockies. Three-two payoff. Skied in the air to left field. Out there is Knowles circling under near the rim of the track, a couple feet away from it. He'll gather that one in. That is out number 2.
Deshaun Knowles playing deep as was indicated to him from the dugout. Immediately first step, gave behind the baseball, understanding that there's a man at first base, and Florida, the first base, went almost all the way out to second base. No tag intended, so the good communication to make sure Knowles did not rush to make the play and to fire away towards the infield.
Here's Slater at the plate, and that one on him. He takes it low and away.
There's some encouraging news also here in Giants camp with Pablo Sandoval, who is ahead of schedule after his elbow surgery. Always a favorite. Got to see Pablo before the game, encouraging some teammates throughout this game here in the dugout.
Here's the pitch on its way. That's chopped through on the right side by Slater. It's going to be a base hit. It rolls out to Goodwin, the right fielder. Runners now at first and second. Flores moves up to second base. So Slater's first hit. Pair of hits in the inning here for the Giants. The Angels up 8-0 here in the bottom of the fourth. Hey, you mentioned Sandoval, and of course he was with the Giants last season. Came back,
came home,
and now they have Hunter Pence back here as well. Kind of
there's some rings
back in time with these guys leaving the Giants and then returning here. Pence obviously kind of in the twilight of his career. You kind of wonder where Sandoval is at this stage of his career as well.
Trying to make the team as a minor league player, minor league contract invitee. Has a pretty good chance because of what he brings, and bounce back after some tough seasons in Boston. And with a 26-man roster, chances go up. Even though I would say even with a 25-man roster, Sandoval has a good chance.
Here's the pitch. That's fouled off over on the right side.
They need a lot, Terry, from Buster Posey. He needs to bounce back and be back that force that he once was, and hopefully the injuries are behind him. But that is their big bat. They desperately need to go out there and put together with Pence, obviously Crawford, Brandon Belt.
Evan Longoria.
Longoria bounce back year two. Hopefully he's healthy and can provide some thrills with the Giants fans.
2 strikes to count here on McCarthy with 2 outs. Pitch is way outside. A fastball misses.
Longoria really came into his own under Joe Madden as a player with the Devil Rays.
Yeah, he was a Rookie of the Year for Joe at Tampa Bay. 3-time All-Star, but kind of a tough season last year for Longoria. He missed some time, only played 129 games, batted just .250. A lot of his offensive numbers were down last season. A 1-2 pitch. This is hit high in the air on the left side of the infield. Maitan is coming over. He's on the mound, and he makes the catch over there. Boy, a collision over there at first base.
You don't want to run into Maitan.
Yeah.
And right on the mound, top of the hill.
The first baseman, Thice, came over, and those two collided near the pitcher's mound, but Maitan holds on. He was calling for it all the way, and the inning will end on the pop out there by the mound, and that'll do it for the Giants. They leave a couple of runners on base, and we move to the 5th inning as we go there. It's 8-0 Angels on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Prime Ticket. New pitcher for the Giants as we begin the 5th inning. His name is Sam Wolf. So he replaces Trevor Gott, who had a scoreless inning against the Angels. Matt Thice, who banged off a Maitan on out to end things in the bottom of the 4th inning, will lead things off here in the top of the 5th. And the first pitch is a fastball in there for strike 1. Wolf, a right-handed pitcher, and the next delivery, that one is low. Sam Wolf pitched last year in the minors for the Giants. Between AAA, AA, and rookie ball, he had a 2-2 record, 35 games, 4 saves, 2.87 ERA. Pitch a little bit low.
Now Thies with a towering blast last time up, way out there. Also that new deck that they have installed here in right field in what is a very popular spot, the Charo Lodge.
Here's the pitch. That area you mentioned, it's new, but they always had some things out there. They kind of piecemealed it together for a few years. This year, it's a new permanent structure. It's a little bit higher. They can get more fans out there. Did a nice job. They've done a lot of renovating around this ballpark, and there's a pitch that Thice takes a fastball with a walk.
It really is a beautiful setup. It really is a beautiful setup. And it's not, but boy, it's got a lot of history.
Looks like we're going to have a pinch runner for Theiss. We'll pick up the new Angel player coming out onto the field. We want to remind you, get your red on. Experience Angels baseball with your group of 20 or more and get tickets for as low as $10 per seat. Just call 888-796-HALO or visit angels.com/groups. Joey Curletta has come in to run for Theiss and probably replace him at first base as well. And Theiss, who leaves the game, he was 1 for 2 officially today with a 2-run homer. Rengifo at the plate. Last pitch missed for a ball. It's 2 balls, no strikes. And here's the next delivery. That one is a little bit up and in, ball 3, 3-0.
Rengifo started the inning back in the third when the Angels scored 8 runs by flying out to the second baseman from the right side. In the same inning later on, a single through right field, batting from the left side.
That was just a couple of days ago. What, on Thursday, I guess it was, the Angels were shut out. Next 2 games, the Angels 7 runs yesterday, have already scored 8 runs today.
Cactus League shutouts, how many of those have we had?
Oh, and the Padres, I should say, did it against the Angels a couple of days ago. They actually had back-to-back shutouts against opponents.
Go figure.
This spring here in Arizona, which is really strange.
Something unique you and I got to experience though in a night game was a no-hitter here.
Yep.
A couple of years back.
Rengifo just drew a walk, so Wolf is off to a slow start. He's walked the first 2 batters, and now we're going to have a pinch runner for Rengifo. It's like Leo Rivas will run for Rengifo. He'll likely stay in the game somewhere around the infield for the Angels. Rengifo's day over. He was 1 for 2, single, scored a run, had a walk. Here's Walsh at the plate, and he takes the pitch that misses. So
we'll love to see Walsh here, Terry. Put a nice pass on something. He's got some big power.
Wolf has thrown 11 pitches, and 9 of them have been out of the strike zone. And there's another one that's inside. He can't throw strikes here. 2-0 the count. In the third inning, when they brought in the reliever Olbies Para, he had all sorts of trouble. His pitches were a little bit too good, and the Angel hitters were hitting him all over the place. There's one that's in there for a strike, 2-1. The Giant fans today have been quiet, even though this place is packed. They can get 12,000 in here, but they have not had much to cheer about. It's been all Angels so far.
Yeah, the Angels fans that are here have been quite loud.
There's
good reason.
Fouled off on the left side, backing out of play.
Good to see the Angels with an 8-0 lead here, 10 hits. They get to see Mike Trout get 3 at-bats. Get to see part of the future. Some of these youngsters running around and having good results early here in camp. Nice weekend all the way around for Halos fans.
Two-two pitch. That one is chased and missed, and down on strikes goes Jared Walsh. So that's the first out. Wolf, who's on the mound, replaced Trevor Gott, and Sam Wolf, the 5th Giants pitcher today. Batter now is Maitan. He's hitting out of Fletcher's spot. That's the leadoff spot for the Angels.
Wolf, not unusual for pitchers nowadays, and obviously unfortunate, but he'd had to go through his right elbow surgery, which did not allow him to start his season back in 2018 until mid-June. Acquired from the Texas Rangers back in 2017 in exchange with another player for left-handed pitcher Matt Moore, another former Ray, who is now pitching abroad.
Maitan at the plate, 1 strike on him as he awaits the next delivery from Wolf fan. That's way low and inside. Kevin Maitan is a switch hitter. He's only 20 years old. Last season he was at Class A Burlington, hit only .214, had 12 home runs. The pitch is high and away on him. Angels, when they picked up Maitan, who became a free agent when the Braves had to forfeit his rights because they violated the international signing rules, the Angels signed Maitan for $2 million. Here's the pitch. That's way high and away.
That's after he had received a hefty bonus also from the Braves.
Yeah.
So he is collected nicely early in his baseball life.
And when he first burst onto the scene in the Atlanta organization, there were some comparisons made about Maitan. People saying this guy has superstar potential as he misses that pitch that counts full.
Does that big bonus.
Right.
Plenty of teams were lined up to try to sign him as an international free agent.
So full count on Maitan, and the payoff delivery he takes, and that one is outside. He walks, so that's the 3rd walk given up here by Wolf, who's really struggling with his control out there. Batter now will be Jordan Adams. He's hitting out of Mike Trout's spot. Trout went 1 for 3 today. Angels with more base runners. The bases are loaded. 8-0 Angels here in the 5th. 1 out. Pitch on Adams, and he bounces this one softly on the left side. They go to second for 1. Relay to first, and it is in time. Even with Adams running, he's doubled up, and that's how the inning will end. Angels had a chance to add on, but the inning comes to an end on that double play ball, and we're headed to the bottom of the 5th inning here in Scottsdale. 8-0 Angels on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Prime Ticket.
Bottom of the 5th, Angels up 8-0 here against the Giants in beautiful Scottsdale Stadium, right in the heart of the city. Well-attended ballpark here all through the years, through the seasons, and generations of baseball fans. Peters on the mound for the Angels continues. He's shown some nice life on that fastball. Terry, he's working now on his 2nd inning after a solid start by Dylan Bundy, who went 2 innings, only 21 pitches, and 1 solid inning in relief by Jacob Barnes.
Yeah, Angels pitching has been good so far. Giants are not on the scoreboard. They've had only 2 hits. And here is Yolmer Sanchez at the plate. 1-0 pitch missed. It's now 2-0. Leo Rivas stays in the game. He's at second. Joey Curletta, who came in as a pinch runner, he stays in the game. He's the first baseman. And here's one popped on the first base side. It's going to head back to the seats. Jack Kruger is now the new Angel catcher. So Jason Castro's day is over, and Castro, of course, had that big 3-run homer in the Angels' 8-run 3rd inning today. Sanchez, kind of an interesting guy. He was a Gold Glover last year with the White Sox. There's a pitch in there for a called strike.
Terry, and then
he couldn't find a job, which is kind of amazing. And it's not like he's all that old either. He's 27 years old, a Gold Glover in the American League last year, and he had a sign on here with the Giants trying to win a spot on their roster, and he fouls that one off over on the left side. It goes back and out of play.
He was one of those non-tendered free agents. But you talk about playing games. Last 3 seasons for Sanchez with the White Sox: 141, 155, in 149 games.
Right, and he hit 252. It wasn't like he was a 200 hitter last year.
Oh, there was a time when second base, 250, Gold Glove. You had a job for life.
Right. Here's the next delivery. He bounces this one back near the mound. Good stop there by Peters. He's not that big of a guy, but he reached up there, nabs that one, flips the ball to Curletta. So Sanchez retired. 1-3.
You know, on that subject and theme, a lot of these things are driven by salaries. A lot of times teams will try to make deals with players before the tender date comes, and some players say, well, I would not sign that. Well, trying to give you a chance to sign here, and not to say that was the case with Sanchez, but it does happen quite often when there's no middle ground to be found, and teams decide you get into a level now where we really don't want to go there, but we want you back. Players opts and the agents opt to say, you know what, we're going to move on.
Donovan Solano is the batter. First pitch was off speed from Dylan Peters.
Other times the player is quite conscious of where he fits, likes the situation, accepts the salary, feels comfortable with it, and says, sure, I'll take the deal.
That one misses low. Ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Solano surprised the world last season, hitting .330 in part-time duty for the Giants. Solid player from Colombia. He and his brother Jonathan Solano, well-known players back then. There, Jonathan, catcher.
Pitch fouled off on the right side. That's going to push back, and it is back to the seats out of play down in the right field corner.
Colombian baseball making some nice strides now. Also part of the Caribbean series. It's disputed every February after the winter ball seasons end. Some nice ballparks being built in Colombia, and also in Nicaragua has a beautiful stadium out there.
Here comes the 1-2. Chop foul over on the third base side. Since Peters came into the ball game and his first inning was the last inning, he's now made 27 pitches. We're thinking he'll go 3 innings today out of the bullpen for the Angels. Tomorrow, when the Angels play the split squad action, Patrick Sandoval will make his first appearance this spring. He's going to pitch in the home game in Tempe against the White Sox.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
We'll see Jose Suarez go in the other game against Colorado.
Sandoval affected by the flu, so everything with him is just a little late. When the Angels were allowed to just give him the green light to get going in spring training. And his stuff plays well. Hopefully we'll see some results here in the regular season.
Here's the next delivery, and that's fouled off over on the left side.
Dylan Peters is not worried about a role. He's just worried about being a contributor at the big league level. You just have a few players that could be in that same boat. A few pitchers that are good options for the rotation, but also premium options when you're looking for guys that can give you more than 1 inning out of that bullpen. Among them, Felix Pena, Matt Andriese, who was all relief last year for the D-backs and had a nice start here. Andriese, first outing as a starter. Felix Pena on his way back, looking pretty good. Has not pitched yet in exhibition play.
Pitch was fouled back by Solano. Still a 2-2 count.
Terry Jose Rodriguez, who quietly continues to get people out. Also a very good option for the Angels, not so much for the rotation, but for the bullpen as a multi-inning pitcher.
Angels figure to carry 13 pitchers when the season begins. Here's the next delivery, and again fouled off. So pretty good battle going on here. Solano fouling off some 2-strike pitches.
And I'm glad there's a limit now on pitchers and how many you can carry in your roster. It doesn't mean you have to carry 13, but that's it. No mas.
Right. That's the maximum number you can have on your roster during any part of the season, other than, I guess, September. You could get another pitcher in there.
One.
Yep. So Peters is set, 2-2 the count. It's been holding there with these balls fouled off by Solano. Next delivery, that one he lines just out of the reach of Maitan, who went diving. It was just out of the third baseman's reach. He was diving towards the shortstop hole.
That is what Solano provided the Giants with, to the surprise of many. But boy, he has persevered throughout his career in baseball and been bouncing around organizations for a few years. Versatility and the ability to do exactly that. Get some barrel, a line drive hitter.
So Rob Brantley will be stepping up.
Another UC Riverside product. You've seen quite a few of those here in spring training this season.
Veteran player Brantley trying to hook on here with the Giants. Was with the Phillies briefly last year. Played in their minor league system most of last year. 1 ball, no strikes to count on him. A lefty-lefty matchup, and he gets him to chase that one and misses it. Does Dylan Peters. So the count, it is 1-1.
Peters, good feel for the off speed here today, and how much he's just delivering the confidence in the arm speed along with his fastball, but never slowing anything down with that breaking ball at 78 miles an hour.
Brantley, the
good mentality out there.
Batter swings, pops this one in the air, shallow left center. That's going to find daylight. It drops in, and they will have runners at first and third. So Brantley gets his first hit today. They've had back-to-back 1-out singles. Giants with really their first major league threat here in this inning. Did leave a couple on last inning. They have them at the corners with 1 out here, and here's Westbrook. Jamie Westbrook, their DH, struck out his first time up, and that was against Jacob Barnes. Peters pitch, and that's chased and missed. Angels will not play the Giants during the regular season. They'll play them one more time this spring, and that'll be coming up on the 13th of March. That'll be a Friday ball game, and that'll be a night game at Tempe Diablo Stadium. The pitch is on the outside part of the plate, a called strike. Angels don't play a whole lot of night games in Cactus League play, but when they see the Giants again in a few weeks, it will be under the lights.
And fewer than in previous springs are scheduled.
Counts 0-2 on Westbrook. Next pitch, he fouls that one off down the left side. Yastrzemski, who's had a couple of at-bats, their leadoff man today, he is waiting on deck. Here's the 2-strike delivery, and it's popped in the air into center field. It's going to be caught. Making the grab on that one is Adams, but it's deep enough for the runner to tag at third and score. So the Giant fans applauding their first run of the day right there. It comes on a sac fly.
Just want to be on the board. They're happy. Nice job, Westbrook, getting something that he could handle. Did not totally barrel it, but he was at least conscious enough and aware of getting something elevated to push it back into the outfield.
So an 8-1 Angels lead, and here's Yastrzemski with the runner at first, and now 2 gone. The lefty batter looks it over, and the pitch right in there. Off
Yastrzemski
speed.
was outstanding in so many ways last year. Finally getting the chance, as mentioned earlier, 21 home runs, slugged .518. Very special moment happened in Fenway as Giants and the Red Sox met up. He got to receive the first pitch from his grandfather, Carl Yastrzemski.
And that one moves him off the plate.
Talking about perseverance, over 700 games played in the minor leagues. And not only was he a guy that impressed with the numbers and what he put up in the slugging, but how well he played the outfield. He got better as the year progressed. And the barrels and exit velocities off of his bat were pretty impressive.
Was taking that pitch. It's in there. He's down 1-2 here against Peters. Yastrzemski was a 14th round draft pick of the Orioles back in 2013. And was just kind of languishing in their organization. 1-2 pitch inside, it misses. You're just tuning in or rejoining us. We are in the bottom of the 5th inning. Angels have an 8-1 lead. And the Angels got all 8 runs in this ball game in the 3rd inning. And they were 2 out runs as that one is fouled off on the left side. Every run the Angels scored in that 3rd inning coming with 2 outs. Two and 2 the count. Peters now at 45 pitches in his appearance so far, and here's the next one, and that's inside. So full count, 3-2. Full count and the 3-2 delivery. It's hit high in the air on the left side, shallow left center. Going back is the shortstop. That is Vilas, and he will make the grab with Knowles and Adams beside him. The inning is over. First run of the day for the Giants, but as we get ready to move on to the 6th inning, Angels have a comfortable 8-1 lead here in Scottsdale on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Prime Ticket. Angels have a new pitcher. Taylor Cole is the new Angel reliever, and he will be appearing in his 3rd game this spring. A couple of scoreless innings so far. He takes over for Ryan Buchter. Buchter last inning had a scoreless inning, allowed to hit, no runs, didn't walk any, struck out a pair. Now Cole will be the new Angel pitcher as the new second baseman, as well as Luis Rengifo leaves the ball game. And Rengifo today was officially 0 for 1 with a run batted in, and replacing him at second base is Mendy Alcantara. So Zach Collins is the first batter, and this is his first time up as we start the 7th. 8-7 in favor of the White Sox. Pitch outside for a ball.
Oh, no doubt, Terry. Rick Renteria this season with the White Sox has the tools to go out there and improve on their 72-89 season last year. And as we've been mentioning, they have stacked up nicely with their farm system, and Rick Hahn and his staff and baseball operations scouting department have identified some guys and some needs and plugging those holes nicely so far. And we've seen some good players here out of their system today.
Yeah, we talked about it before the game ever started. They really only brought 1 regular here today. All their everyday players stayed back in camp today.
Chris Getz, their farm director, a name that we know from the pads, is a former player. Chris Getz, former second baseman.
Yeah. It's a pitch in there for a called strike on Zach Collins. And on the 3-1, Collins chases that pitch from Taylor Cole, fouls it off.
We're talking about their rotation. Terry also on the man, and on the way back, Carlos Rodon with elbow surgery. We mentioned Michael Kopech. The way it's lining up right now, Lucas Giolito is leading the charge along with Dallas Keuchel, Reynaldo Lopez, who should be on the breakout year here soon. Dylan Cease. Gio Gonzalez has been nursing a tender shoulder. He's on his way back here in camp too.
So Collins draws a walk, and want to remind Angel fans to get your red on. Join us for another exciting season of Angels baseball. You can visit angels.com/tickets or call 714-4ANGELS to buy your tickets for the upcoming 2020 regular season. This is Jacob Brugman pinch hitting, and he's batting for Nicky Delmonico, who is their DH today. Left-handed hitter Brugman. Next delivery, that's low and inside. Haven't talked a whole lot about Taylor Cole this spring. Mentioned his third appearance. He's a guy that's in the mix for a bullpen spot for the Angels. We'll see how it goes for him. Certainly he was on the shuttle last year between AAA Salt Lake and the Angels. Pitch in there for a called strike.
Yeah, the way pitching has been managed here lately throughout baseball, you see a guy come out and make 30-some pitches in relief. If he has options left, there's a very good chance you won't see him the next day, as a new fresh arm gets brought up from the minor leagues. And he was a victim of that many times.
Yep. Cole was in 38 games for the Angels last season. ERA was high a year ago, 5.92. Fastball, slider, changeup. His season started off with an injury a year ago with the shoulder issue, and that happened back in the spring, last spring training.
Terry, I think there's going to be some value added to the multi-inning pitcher, and that's one thing the baseball can really fix. Be good for long-term health of many guys, but the parading of one-inning guys is something that go back and look what it's done to bullpens over the last 3 or 4 years.
Last delivery gets Brugman on a 3-2 pitch. He was waving at that one, struck him out.
And clearly, I'm not talking about your closer or setup guys, but there's no need to have guys that come in the middle of the game that can only give you one inning.
So 1 out, 1 on, and Ramon Torres will bat. He came into the ball game to play third base. This is his first time up. That's left-handed. Pitch in there for a called strike.
I had a conversation about that recently with somebody we know very well, Darren Oliver, who was here visiting. Well, the Texas Rangers came in, and you talk about a valuable arm where he was as a converted starter to a reliever. He's not one of those guys like, you know, I'm a specialist. No. It's like, give me a couple innings. Give me 3 innings. Go out there and get it done.
Yep, had a long, successful career at the major league level.
So more of those guys, ideal for the game of baseball nowadays.
2 strikes here on Torres. Next delivery, he fights that one back, fouls it back to the screen.
Obviously, with more attention being paid to matchups and history and trends. And that's where the game has gone, and that's fine. But little reprogramming of the mind and the stuff getting refined to work both sides in the batter's box. It's not a bad thing. You bring more value to a team if you can do that.
Here's the next pitch, and this is popped in the air, shallow left field, long run for Martinez, and he can't get to it in time. The left fielder has that one drop in, so it'll be a bloop hit. That ball was just barely fair as it was close to the line and very shallow left, so a bloop single. Torres on, and Blake Rutherford will be the batter now. Swings from the left side. So Cole in some trouble trying to keep this a one-run ball game. And the first pitch on Rutherford, he swings and fouls that one back. Rutherford is a SoCal native who went to Chaminade High School.
Gooby.
And yeah, his coach at Chaminade was our good buddy Mark Gubasa. Gooby, by the way, will be here with us in Tempe, I guess, in a week. Next Sunday, he'll be strolling to town. The pitch that's chopped on the right side, and it is a foul ball.
Yeah, Mark always gave us a nice, accurate report on this young man, Blake Rutherford.
He had a brother who played some minor league baseball for the Padres.
Happy fans, oh yeah.
Oh,
They knew where the mic was.
they did.
Smart.
Came in loud and clear. Too loud and too clear. Here's the next pitch, the 2-strike delivery, and taking that one is Rutherford, and he is out looking. So Taylor Cole gets his second strikeout in the inning. And now another young player will step up for the first time.
That was a pretty good pitch there by Taylor Cole. Froze him. Little cut action on that last pitch. Elevated. And not much you can do there as a left-handed batter when you're not looking even in that area for anything breaking that way.
So this is Zach Remillard, who's playing shortstop, batting for the first time, and that pitch is in there on him for a called strike. Remillard has had 3 at-bats so far this spring without a hit. Here's the next delivery, and that's on the outside corner. Today's attendance, 7,393, 7393. Here's pitch 22 of the inning for Cole, a little bit high and inside, and misses for a ball. This crowd today, the biggest one so far this spring here at Tempe Diablo.
Yeah, an expected big thing for their Halos in 2020.
Here's a pitch that's low. 2-2 the count. Angels had that other club play on the road against the Rockies today, Salt River Fields, and the Angels starting a little road trip after this game here in Tempe. On the road against the Cubs tomorrow, on the road against the Indians on Tuesday, and then back here Wednesday. Angels will have a scheduled day off on Thursday this week, one of a couple of off days here in the Cactus League. There's a pitch and misses a little bit low.
And tomorrow to one of the most beautiful facilities here, and one of the newest ones here in Arizona. And what the Cubs have built is pretty unbelievable. And no matter what day it is, what the weather's like, they pack it.
So here's another 3-2 delivery, and that's another called third strike. Taylor Cole ends up striking out some batters here in this inning. Strikes out the side, and that'll do it here for the White Sox in the 7th. So we go to the bottom of the 7th inning stretch time. Anybody's ball game. Just a 1-run lead for the White Sox. They're up 8-7 on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Have several changes for the Indians as we begin things here in the 6th inning. Cleveland on top 5-2. Brennan Lund will bat for the Angels. He came in for Mike Trout in center, and he's hitting out a Trout spot here. Starting off the 6th, he fouls the first pitch off over on the first base side. Trout's day over 0 for 2 today. New pitcher for the Indians is Hunter Wood. He is a right-hander. And the next delivery, that one is low. They have a new catcher in the game, Bo Taylor. They also have a new second baseman, Ernie Clement. New shortstop is Yu Chang. He came in to run for Lindor and replaces him at shortstop. There's a pitch that's low. They have a new third baseman as well as Jose Ramirez leaves the game. Christian Arroyo is now playing third. They also have a new right fielder, that is Mitch Longo. And I think that's about it as far as the changes. There's a pitch that misses on Lund, and that's going to be ball 4. So the Angels leadoff man is on to start things off here in the 6th inning. Justin Upton gets ready to bat. Upton today 0 for 2, ground out and a strikeout.
Angels got to see Wood last year in the regular season. His right-hander with a long hair, threw a couple of innings in scoreless fashion against the Angels. Former member of the Tampa Bay Rays organization between 2017 and 2019. He was traded along with Christian Arroyo. In fact, in July of last year, coming from the Rays.
There's one fouled off just to our right, backing out of play. Wood is the guy who has a good fastball. This is his best pitch. He'll top out around 97. Solid slider, has a curve and changeup that he doesn't use a whole lot. Upton is going to be awarded first base. I guess there might have been some catcher's interference there.
Immediately called by home plate umpire Ben May. So it'll go down as an E2. And no at bat for Upton officially.
Catcher interference on the previous play.
And the Angels will pinch run for Upton at first base as Simmons is at the plate.
Jared Walsh at first base for Upton.
So the Angels have a pair of runners on. Neither one has had a hit, but the Angels will take it. We'll see what Simmons can do. Here's the pitch on Andrelton. That's high.
Simmons batting fourth, no stranger to that position in the regular season. At times he has become a very good option for the Angels, and obviously in what is a different look to lineups, and sometimes just plugging holes and taking advantage of his hot bat as a clutch bat.
Next delivery, this is grounded out to short, and it goes right off the glove of the shortstop Chang, and a run will score. Wait, Chang had to probably be thinking double play ball. He might have taken his eye off that ball to see how close the runner was to getting to second base, and that ball skipped right off his glove. That's a huge break there. It's their second error in this inning, and another Angel batter reaches without getting a hit and a run on the board. It's now 5-3 Cleveland.
And 2 errors by the Indians, as you mentioned, have allowed the Angels to get on the board. First one by the outfielder Mercado on a single and a great hustle by Theis, eventually scoring. And Brian Butterfield, I mean, he was right on every single hop that ball took. And for Brennan Lund, outstanding job himself and keeping an eye on his third base coach.
So Renjifo's the pinch runner over there at first base as he takes over for Andrelton Simmons, and now Theis at the plate.
very easy as a base runner at second base. See that ball hit to the shortstop and just anticipate getting to third, and that's it. But once the ball got through the legs of Chang, different story. And allowing yourself to be involved and to follow the track of the baseball and follow the instincts of your coach by Lund.
Counts 1 ball, 1 strike on Theiss. Hermosillo waiting on deck. And here's the next delivery. That's low. It misses inside. Lead runner at second is Jared Walsh. On at first base, Rengifo. Both pinch runners. And the next delivery on Theiss, he takes that one. That one misses for a ball. Wood is in his second appearance this spring, and he was really roughed up in his first appearance. In fact, he gave up 3 hits and 4 earned runs in less than an inning. Here's one lifted in the air into shallow left field that Reyes will come in on and make the catch. Runners have to hold. That was a very shallow fly ball out there to left field. That'll be the first out.
So 3 costly errors for the Indians, including the catcher's interference. 2 consecutive errors there on the Upton, getting on base in that manner, and then the ball hit by Simmons. Wood in the mix for the bullpen, which again it's anchored by Brad Hand. Adam Simberterry plays a big role in that bullpen too. Former Padre, came in that trade along with Hand. Nick Whitgren. We saw Karinchak, very impressive. We talk about Emmanuel Clase, who can hit triple digits, and we saw him at the end of last season with the Rangers, boy. And he's part of that trade for the Corey Kluber transaction, along with Delano the Shields. Youngster Cam Hill making a push. Hunter Wood here on the mound.
Indians have a pretty good bullpen. James Hoyt, another pitcher in the mix for them in relief. Here's the next delivery. This is hit well into left field. That ball is carrying deep into left, and it's out of here. Michael Hermosillo having a good day for the Angels with that swing of the bat. He drives in 3 runs right there, and that gives the Angels a 6-5 lead. Now the errors in the inning have really come back to hurt the Indians.
You know, Michael Hermosillo just missed a ball like that earlier in the game, back in the second inning, when he eventually ended up singling up the middle. But that development of that power and just the belief and getting into certain counts, getting to certain pitches and zones has become quite prevalent, and the confidence that he's shown here in spring training swinging the bat.
Next batter for the Angels is Ward, and he fouls one back out of play on the left side of home plate. Hermosillo, 4 RBIs overall today with a pair of hits, the 3-run homer and RBI single, his first time up.
Great to see Mike Trout involved with the boys out there in the dugout and greeting them and congratulating them, and also in the ear of Joe Madden throughout this inning.
Here's a fly ball. It's lifted out to center field. Wind is pushing it back a bit, but under to make the grab is Mercado. Ward is retired. That's the second out. Jahmai Jones will be the next batter. So the lead kind of bouncing back and forth here today in Goodyear. Still have a few more innings to go. We'll see how it all plays out. Pitch on Jones, fouls that one back to the screen.
How about that, huh? Number 27 out there is a cheerleader for you. Future daddy, Mike Trout, big news. He'll be a daddy here in midsummer. And we could not be happier for him, for his entire family, including the Cox family.
1 ball, 1 strike. And the next pitch. This is hit high in the air, infield. Let's see who's going to make the call on this one. It's the third baseman who doesn't make the grab. Now trying to get 2 on it will be the Angel batter Jones, and it'll be thrown out. Well, he'll end up getting a hit, and then he tried to stretch that into a rare infield double right there.
A lot of strange things this inning. The Angels capitalized.
So the inning ends on an odd play right there. And that'll do it for the Angels here in the top of the 6th. We're headed to the bottom of the inning at 6-5 Angels on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports. A lot of changes for the Angels, including a new pitcher. Jose Rodriguez is on the mound, and that one is in there for a called strike. Joey Carletta, the new Angel first baseman, as he replaces Matt Thaiss. New second baseman is Connor Justice. First time we've seen him this spring. He's taken over at second for Jemai Jones. Rengifo stays in the game. He replaces Simmons at shortstop. Came in a pinch run for him, top of the inning. Here's a pitch on Santana that misses from Rodriguez.
Jose Rodriguez quietly going out there and doing what Jose Rodriguez did last season. He has already thrown here 3 scoreless innings, and he's got multi-innings in one of his outings. And Joe Madden spoke highly of him, Terry, saying, well, it's one of those guys that is flying under the radar for some, but not for me. Paying attention to every single one of these pieces that he thinks will be valuable in the bullpen, especially, as I've been saying here often, the multi-inning guy. No value added to somebody like that. At the end, we'll see how Rodriguez fares in terms of breaking with the team or not, but he surely has opened some eyes here early.
Next delivery, and that one is taken for a ball, so it's 2-2. The Angels have a new look in the outfield. Victor Acosta is now the left fielder, and Joe Adele is the new right fielder. Here's the next pitch. That's low and outside. Well, on the play that ended the Angels' top of the inning, that ball that Jemai Jones popped up near the mound, and the wind played tricks on it on the third baseman Christian Arroyo. They ended up charging him with an error on that one. I don't know that I buy that with the way the wind is here today. So
either.
Here's the next pitch. That's lifted high in the air down the left field side. That ball is carrying down in the left field corner, and it's going to bang off the warning track and off the fence, and hustling into second base is going to be Santana, and he has a double to start things off here for the Indians.
He has done it in a nice fashion here today. He is spring training, but a triple away from the cycle. But Santana from the right side goes single right center field. From left side against Keenan Middleton goes opposite home run, and now another opposite field shot.
Pretty good day for Santana, who leaves single, double, and home run, and he's lifted for a pinch runner out there. And here's Reyes batting. He lifts one foul on the left side. It's going to get back and out of play. Wilson Garcia is the pinch runner at second. So the Angels up 6-5 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Angels getting the 4 runs in the top of the inning, and aided by 3 Cleveland errors, as it turns out. Here's a high pop on the first base side. Carletta, the new first baseman, unable to make the catch on that one.
And that ball's coming back.
Yeah, he's lucky it still dropped foul, even though it dropped behind him. It almost hit the line, but it's a foul ball.
He's got the shades on, but the shades are not on. They're on top of his hat and the visor. And this one apparently had nothing to do with the sun, but more with the wind. So
Reyes will stay alive.
And if the sun was an issue, he He was trying to shade there with his glove.
Here's the pitch, and that's a swing and a miss. So a strikeout, as it turns out, and they end up getting Reyes after all. First time he's been retired today. Jose Rodriguez, who's pitching for the Angels, replacing Mike Myers, who was touched for a couple of hits and a pair of runs last inning. Gave up the home run.
By the way, that play by Carletta, Terry, was called a no play.
Here's one that's grounded to Carletta, the first baseman. He goes down to stop that and easily gets to the bag to retire Domingo Santana. So that's out number 2. Runner moves over to third base, the pinch runner Garcia. And this will be Mercado stepping up to the plate.
Oscar Mercado.
Mercado 0 for 2, fly out, ground out. Here's the pitch. That's a liner and a fair ball. It's going to roll all the way down in the left field corner. The runner will score from third, and Mercado is headed to second, and he'll get there without a throw. So a pair of doubles in this inning, producing a run. And this game, just like that, is all tied up. 6-6 the score.
Up at the zone is Jose Rodriguez on a couple of pitches there. The Indians doing exactly what they have done here with a couple of stretches and batters. Anything up over the plate, those bats start warming up. The more at bats you start getting, we're getting to that point now where you can see even the comfort level with the hitters. Working counts, not missing pitches is getting a little more tightened up here around this time of spring. Game number 11 for the Angels.
Here's Zimmer at the plate. Takes in, that's in there, strike 1. This is actually Mitch Longo who's batting. He came in for Zimmer. And here's the delivery. That's grounded softly on the right side. Should be the end of the inning. And the throw gets by Carletta. Connor Justice throw. And now breaking for second is Longo, and he will end up at second base. Boy, we're seeing a lot of miscues right now in this ball game. This 6th inning has had 4 errors between the top and bottom of the inning.
It's a tough inning for Joey Carletta on a ball that he should have caught the pop-up. He had his shades up on his visor, not on his eyes. It cost him. That was no play. This play here, tough when you have to rush back, and if your feet are not set and you're wondering about position, if you're on the bag, that was pretty much what happened. But a ball that for sure also should have been caught.
So that error will be against the first baseman, Carletta, and that gives the Indians the lead 7-6. And now Bo Taylor, the new catcher in the game, batting for the first time, takes that one, and that's in there for a strike.
Tough to see that when young players come in, Terry. It was always painful to watch.
Here's the next pitch, and that one is fouled back, and losing the handle on the bat was Taylor. The bat ends up behind home plate. Left-handed hitting catcher at the plate. Saw Bo Taylor last year a little bit with the Oakland A's and also the Toronto Blue Jays. Signed a minor league deal with Cleveland. Legs spread apart as he awaits the pitch, and he fouls that one off on the right side.
As expected before the game, we're talking about this wind blowing out. It's been a challenge for the pitchers for sure, and it's been a nightmare for the fielders. And it's not all wind related when it comes down to the errors committed here today.
Here's a 2-strike delivery, and that's a good-looking slider. And taking that pitch is Taylor. He is a strikeout victim, and that's how the inning will end. But the Indians come right back to regain the lead. They get another 2-run inning. They've had 3 of them already here today. And we move to the 7th with Cleveland back on top, 7-6 on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports. Indians make a number of changes. They have a new pitcher in the ball game. Jeffrey Rodriguez will take over. They have a new center fielder as well as Kai Tom takes over in center. New left fielder. And out there for the Indians now is Connor Maribel. They also have a new first baseman in the game, and that is Wilson Garcia. At the plate is Anthony Bemboom, and the first pitch was a ball on him. So that looks like all the changes for Cleveland now as we get the 7th inning going. Next pitch, that's foul back behind the plate. And let's pause for stations to identify themselves on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports. Here's the 2-strike delivery, and that one missed. Bemboom today has gone all the way behind the plate for the Angels. He's 0 for 1 with a walk. Rodriguez with the next pitch that caught the inside corner. That's a called strike.
He's a highly regarded arm here in this organization. Jeffrey Rodriguez got to make his major league debut after signing back in 2012. Made his debut last season for the Indians, pitching in 10 games, 8 starts.
Had a 1-5 record last year as this one is lifted high in the air down the left field side, and it is a foul ball. Not too far from the foul line, but just a little bit off the line.
Rodriguez acquired, Terry, back in November of 2018 from the Washington Nationals. And a trade that involved Yan Gomes, who was one of the key clogs in the Nationals reaching their World Series championship. What a nice setup, nice duo there behind the plate, huh? Kurt Suzuki, Yan Gomes.
Yep. Here's the next pitch on the inside part of the plate. Good fastball right there. That froze Bemboom, struck him out looking. There's one away. So Elliot Soto will be the next batter. And fans, get your red on and join us for another exciting season of Angels baseball. You can visit angels.com/tickets or call 714-4-ANGELS to buy your tickets for the upcoming 2020 regular season. Elliot Soto at the plate. This is his first time up. Took over for David Fletcher. Fletcher was 0 for 2 today with a walk. Here's the next pitch. That's on the outside part of the plate. Rodriguez out there on the mound. Good arm. He's been pumping in some fastballs here. Here's the next pitch, and that's another one there. Missed high for a ball.
Yeah, it's mid-90s from Jeffrey Rodriguez. Indians prospect. Among the top ones is former hockey player Nolan Jones, a third baseman.
That pitch there missed.
Another good right-handed pitcher in Tristan McKenzie, who's on his way back from a back injury last year. Bobby Bradley, powered first base, and Tyler Freeman. So many guys just knocking on the door here for the Indians. Lots to be excited about, including this young man on the mound right now in Rodriguez.
Here's the next delivery, and it's a fly ball lifted into right field. Waiting on it, making the grab out there is Longo, the right fielder. Soto is retired. 2 outs here in the 7th. Brennan Lunn will be the next hitter for the Angels. And the pitch, that one is fouled off on the right side. Mentioned the battery of Rodriguez on the mound and Bo Taylor behind the plate. Here's the pitch. That one is low. The Indians actually have a real good catching prospect in their system, one of their best prospects, whose name is Bo Naylor. So they have Bo Taylor and Bo Naylor.
Change the letter.
There's the next pitch. That's chased and missed there by Lund.
Good season last year for the Indians, 93 and 69, but they ran into the buzzsaw in the surprise of a team called the Minnesota Twins, who won 101 games last year and torched Major League pitching with 307 home runs.
There's a pitch that is low and inside.
It was also good to visit today a little bit with Mickey Callaway, Angels pitching coach, who really found his niche as a pitching coach here with Cleveland. 5 solid seasons, watching, developing, and winning. With some very good arms and level-headed kids who really took into his teaching, developing. And a lot of people around here are very thankful for Mickey Callaway, now the Angels pitching coach.
Yep, Joe Madden has gone out of his way singing the praises of Mickey Callaway. And Joe's also said, he said, in my mind, he's going to be a big league manager again.
Joe actually said, I applaud the way his team ended last year.
Here's one that's hit high and deep down the right field corner, and that ball's going to bang off the 345 sign. Getting to it out there is Longo, but not before Lund has a ringing 2-out double. So the Angels have the potential tying run at second base. Jared Walsh getting ready for his first at bat today.
That short swing does it again. He continues to drive the baseball nicely here in camp.
So here is Walsh stepping up. And the pitch, the first delivery here to Walsh. This ball one, it's 1 ball, no strikes.
We mentioned this yesterday in the broadcast, but for Mickey Callaway back in 2013, a wild card team, the Indians won 92 games. And in that rotation, he had Ubaldo Jimenez, Scott Kazmir, Justin Masterson, Corey Kluber, Zach McAllister, among others, Danny Salazar, Trevor Bauer, both young pitchers making limited starts. And as we talk about Trevor Bauer, how about yesterday and what he did? And letting some hitters know what was coming.
Right. Bauer has been a pitcher where there's always been some controversy surrounding him. And he was very vocal about the Astros situation when all that news broke out after the season ended. There's one that bounces in, and it caught a piece of Walsh hit by the pitch. So he will trot to first base. Angels have a pair on here with 2 outs.
Bauer did what you would think is the unthinkable, but going, hey, you know what? I'm going to defy everything here. Just let hitters know what's coming. Did it against the Dodgers. Now it's a Cincinnati Reds, so Bauer's still here in this camp, actually, in this venue with the other team. And Terry, he'd been outspoken about the Astros for years, about some of the things that he thought were going on out there. He speaks his mind, and he's got the freedom now with social media and his podcasts to say even more. He's not hiding anything.
Here's Rengifo at the plate. This is his first at bat today. Next delivery on Rengifo. No strikes on him. The count 2-0. Infield is playing it backed up. 2 outs in the inning, and the next delivery, it's hit high in the air to right center field. Longo, the right fielder, will make the call and catch, and that will end the inning. Angels leave a pair on here in the top of the 7th. 7th inning stretch time, the bottom of the 7th we go. And right now, the Indians holding a 7-6 lead on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports. Bottom of the 7th, and Yu Chang will lead it off. First pitch on him, that's right in there for a called strike. Chang took over for Lindor out at shortstop. First time batting here this afternoon. He's from Taiwan, and he swings at that one and fouls it off. Saw Chang a little bit last year with the Indians. 28 games. Has some power. He hit just 178 though with Cleveland. Had a homer, drove in 6. Can play short, third base. And the pitch that is taken for a called third strike, and that was a good off-speed pitch, got him looking.
So painting mid-season form pitch delivery right there by Rodriguez, trying to bounce back after making 18 pitches in that first inning and leaving a couple of pitches up in the zone. 2 doubles leading to those 2 runs by the Indians.
Next batter up lifts a high fly ball. Ernie Clement out there to left field, and backtracking on the warning track is Victor Acosta to put that one away. So 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Christian Arroyo will be the next hitter. This will be his first time up. And the pitch, that's right in there for a called strike.
Clement, a young player that the Indians see as a multi-position player, trying to fight for a spot here on this roster. Mentioned earlier, he came over from Tampa Bay Rays. But a guy that has been, he's moved around a couple of times already, a couple of organizations.
Yeah, the Giants were very high on him at one time. There's a pitch that he takes for a ball. One ball, 2 strikes on Arroyo. And here's the next pitch from Rodriguez. That's a swing and a miss. That was a good breaking pitch. Got him to end the inning. Strong inning for the Angel reliever. Sets them down 1-2-3. We're headed to the 8th inning. 7-6 Cleveland on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports. New pitcher is Kyle Dowdy for Cleveland, and he matches up here against Elliott Soto. First pitch missed for ball 1. Here's the next delivery, and that's on the outside part of the plate. Came in off speed with that one. Dowdy last year was with the Texas Rangers and was in 13 games for Texas. He has a really good fastball. And the next pitch, that's fouled off on the right side, out of play.
You were talking about Clevenger, you know, earlier in the inning about his injury, and he's on pretty accelerated pace right now in the throwing program after that partially torn meniscus on the left knee. But Shane Bieber is a big piece for them, and boy, what a stride he took last year. Saw Carrasco today. Zach Plesac, player that they're you know, pitchers that are counting on. Adam Plutko, prospect Logan Allen might sneak in there, but Bieber, only Verlander had more innings pitched than Shane Bieber last year.
Yep.
And that speaks highly on the job that he did also in the Midsummer Classic. Truly a good young pitcher.
Soto just fouled one back, and the count on him is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Next pitch, that's low. It misses for a ball. As Dowdy works here for the Indians. This is his 4th appearance this spring, 3 innings of work so far. Right-hander is ready on the next delivery, and that one bounces in. Good block by the catcher Taylor. And that ends up being ball 4. So another walk the Angels have picked up here in this inning. Boy, when you look at all the walks that the Indians have allowed today, and then you also factor in the 4 errors that they've committed, they've given the Angels a lot of free base runners.
No, there's no doubt the Angels have capitalized on that, hoping to get some more here. But you look at when those walks started, is when Hunter Wood came into the game in the 6th inning. Between Carrasco, Hand, and Perez combined for 2 walks or 1 walk.
At the plate, this is Deshaun Knowles who's batting. And here's the pitch, and he went after that one. The ball gets away from the catcher. A run's going to score on that one, and moving up to second base is Soto. So it's 10-7 Angels, and yet another gift run here. Angels have scored 2 runs in this inning on wild pitches, bringing in the runner. And it's been an RBI hit in the inning as well.
They had a bit of everything for the Angels in breaking down this game. A bat swing, a worse pitch. Ball gets away. We've had the catcher's interference for an error. We had the drop pop-ups, misplays in center field, in the infield, and lots of hustle on the base pass.
That pitch was low. So the Angels have had some gifts, and certainly here in the last couple of innings, the Angels have taken advantage of them.
Sean Knowles, a kid from the Bahamas, gets a chance here. Get some reps from Brennan Lund, who had a nice day today. Short, nice day.
Yep, Lund got on base the 2 times he batted, walked and had a double, scored a run. Look for Knowles to take over out in the outfield. Here's the next pitch, and he looks that one over. It misses low. Deshaun Knowles as he bats for the first time here today. He's had a couple of hits this spring. Here's Dowdy's pitch, and that is a called 3rd strike, and that was a good fastball, 95 miles per hour, out looking. Out number 2.
Well, the one thing the Indians have done consistently today is they have had some hard throwers parade through that mound. And some very good looking arms out there.
There's a delivery a little bit low. Got the official attendance today, 3,061. (10-7) Angels here in the 8th inning. And here's the next pitch. That's outside and misses on Jared Walsh. In this inning, the Angels have scored 4 times and have had only 2 hits in the inning. And they've each been singles. There's a pitch taken for a called strike. Dowdy is set. And his next pitch, that one is fouled back behind the plate. Talked about Dowdy. Spent some time last year with the Texas Rangers. They had taken him from Cleveland as a Rule 5 draftee, and then he ended up being returned to the Indians last year, but did not pitch in the big leagues for Cleveland. So back in their organization again.
Well, the offer was made. Buy him back? Oh, yes, absolutely. They're quite familiar with him.
Counts full, it's 3-2. And we'll see what happens here against Walsh, the left-handed batter. Here's the pitch. He stays alive, fouling that one off. This city here of Goodyear, they built this ballpark, home of the Indians and the Cincinnati Reds in the Cactus League. And it's been amazing over the years to see how this town has kind of sprouted out. A lot of development going on here. There's a pitch that misses outside. That's another walk in the inning. 4 of them picked up by the Angels here in this inning alone. And here's Rengifo getting ready to bat with runners at first and second.
As you say, Terry, every spring we come back here is more and more buildings.
Yep.
More and more plants. Around here, some manufacturing going on, and warehouses. And the homes, all the area around here. Just
yep. A lot of residential has gone up in this area. This is the 12th year now for this ballpark, the Goodyear ballpark. And this is one of those towns, when you make the ride from Southern California here to Arizona, this is one of the first big towns in the Phoenix area you reach. And the pitch, that one is a pitch in there for a called strike, right off the 10.
For many years, it was not called a big town, but at least you go, okay, here we are, back to the Phoenix area.
Yep.
There's Goodyear.
And before you hit Goodyear, you hit the town of Buckeye, which, of course, you have the 2 Ohio teams stationed here in spring training in Arizona. And Goodyear, the city just before that you would approach coming into the valley here from California.
It's a nice connection there with that name.
Right. Buckeye, Arizona.
So some nice items, by the way, in auction today here at the ballpark. A few helmets.
Here's the pitch a little bit low. Yeah, they had a lot of football helmets, baseball helmets, a lot of things you could put a bid on, a silent auction here.
So a Johnny Bench baseball, so a Nolan Ryan baseball.
Saw some Mike Trout batting helmets, autographed.
Quite a few jerseys. You see it pretty much every time we come here as the Angels face the Reds or the Indians.
Here's the next delivery. It's chopped right to the shortstop. Fumbling that ball is Chang, and he has no throw. Boy, that's going to be another error on Cleveland here. And that's going to be their 5th of the day. That ball was hit right at the shortstop. They just can't stop routine ground balls here today.
It's been a nightmare on the field for the Indians. As routine as you think it will be, but never take your eyes off of it. And for Chang at shortstop, has been a couple of routine plays that he's botched.
Yeah, his 2nd error since coming in. So here's Carletta with the bases loaded, 2 outs. And Joey Carletta takes that one for a called strike.
Joey Carletta, big time power. He showed us his first time up here in the spring how far he can hit a baseball.
So hit here could bring in a few more. Angels up by 3, 10-7 in the 8th, and the next pitch, a swing and a miss. Dowdy is set. He's way in front, 0-2, and here's the next pitch. Carletta tried to hold up, went around on that one. He was fooled. He took something off the fastball, got him with the breaking stuff, and that will end the inning. So that'll do it here for the Angels. It ends on a strikeout. Angels, though, in the inning, 4 runs and a 10-7 lead as we go to the bottom of the 8th here in Goodyear on the Angels Baseball Radio Network.
24-year-old left-hander Richard Lovelady, the new pitcher, into the game for the Kansas City Royals here in a 4-4 contest between the Halos and Royals. Bottom of the 8th inning, Angels have their top of the order up. Leo Rivas, Orlando Martinez, and Eric Salcedo all getting their first at-bats of this game. Mike Trout hit a 3-run shot earlier today in the 3rd inning. Absolutely crushed the ball to left center field. And then Justin Upton had a sac fly in the 6th to bring in Salcedo, scored the tying run.
Trout's blast was fun to watch and fun to hear. Explosion off that barrel.
1-0 from Rivas. Taking 2 steps to his right is Khalil Lee, and he's there for the out. Now Orlando Martinez will step in. Got a chance to see Orlando Martinez a little bit last year in high A. Somebody that trying to rise up to the Angels system.
Hey, tell us about the experience going down there and watching these guys as they come through the ranks, as you get to visit
I love
in
it.
that field.
And, you know, get a chance to get out to see the Angels out there in Inland Empire, and you go out to San Bernardino, and, you know, you just get to see, you know, baseball in the purest sense. And there's a lot of talent. I think fans probably don't realize how good you have to be to get to high A. I mean, you got to be an outstanding player in that sense. And Orlando Martinez, again, last year for Inland Empire, 12 home runs, 49 driven in, and 263. But it's just fun, relaxed baseball, but also really competitive. 2-0 pitch. That one is hit right at the shortstop, Merrill, who didn't even have to move. There's out number 2. But it's fun getting out there, Jose. You know.
You know what it
Get
does
a chance to go through the minor leagues.
And you know how much it means to the locals. I mean, this is their team. There's how they identify. This is who kids go watch and play, and it's affordable.
Well, my first experience out there was, remember a couple years ago when Mike Trout had the broken thumb?
Oh, yes.
And he went there and he ended up rehabbing and spent like a week. You know, it was really hot. It was over 100 degrees, and you're out there in the desert. And, you know, I do remember being there and standing in the dugout going, man, it is miserably hot out here. Well, I came back the next day, and all of a sudden there were misters put in the home dugout.
Wonder why.
When Mike Trout was there in his rehab assignment. It was like 110 degrees. All of a sudden it felt good. So if you could get past like the cloud of smoke that would come because the heat mixed with the water from those misters. But you know, the fans came out so passionate. So many great Angels fans out there in Inland Empire. Salcedo steps up. They wanted to see Mike Trout, and that one chopped off the glove of Eaton at third, and Salcedo is going to be safe. I'll probably call this one an error. They should. And they will. So an error there, and now Salcedo's over at first base.
That was a little too hot. He's playing in. A lot of spin on that ball. And as you time your leap, your jump, if it gets you anywhere that is not in that pocket, it's going to be a little trouble.
Franklin Torres is going to pinch hit for Shohei Ohtani here. So he comes up with a man on and 2 outs here in the 8th. But I went back, Jose, after seeing the experience and how passionate they were when Mike Trout was there. I said, there's something to this, and got a chance to go back out a little bit later. And then the next season, I was out there and connected with Brandon Marsh. Brandon Marsh spent some time out there, and somebody rising up. You see the future right in your backyard in San Bernardino. And that's an opportunity I think Angels fans should take advantage of, to be that up close and personal with many of the stars of tomorrow coming through the ranks. And not just Angel stars, just stars around baseball. The Cal League's a really good league. Franklin Torres laces one into left in front of Isabel. So after a 2-out error, allows for Martinez, or Salcedo, excuse me, to reach. Franklin Torres gets a base hit. Now 2 on.
Franklin Torres, pretty impressive young Venezuelan catcher, and now 2 for 6 here in spring training, but we've seen some hard contact from him. I was talking with he and Kruger today on a ball that Torres hit to deep right field for an out earlier in the spring, and Kruger was saying, well, his approach is solid, and he has power in the gaps, especially going the other way in right center into right field.
Here's Victor Acosta now. 2 on, 2 out. First pitch from Lovelady misses. Richard Lovelady pitched in 25 games at the major league level a season ago. Had an ERA of 7.65. A 1.9 whip in his 20 innings. But pitched to a 3.08 ERA in AAA a season ago. Only 24 years old. That one's low.
So he wants that pitch, that slider right there, for the batter to attempt swinging. Complete the swing and swing right over the top of it. Either with soft contact on the left side or the swing and miss as he aims to the back foot.
Victor Acosta, 23 years old, from Venezuela. Sees that pitch miss. Now 3 balls, no strikes. Victor Acosta came over from the Red Sox organization. 3-0. Takes a look at that one for a strike. He thought it was ball 4.
3,669.
So 3-1 is our count. 2 on, 2 out here in the bottom of the 8th inning of a 4-4 ball game between the Angels and the Royals here on a split squad Friday afternoon to get your weekend kicked off. Here for some spring training baseball. Angels will be back here at Tempe Diablo Stadium tomorrow to take on the Arizona Diamondbacks. Have a fun team coming up this year. Hopefully we get a chance to see Cole Calhoun here tomorrow.
That'd be great. I hope Cole pushes to make that trip. It's going to be a packed house here. Great environment.
Ground ball hit over to short. Merrill is there. Flip over to Burt at second base. Ends the inning. So Acosta is retired. We go to the 9th in a 4-4 ball game here at Tempe Diablo Stadium between the Angels and the Royals. The Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Ninth inning now for the Angels and the Royals. A 4-4 ball game here at Tempe Diablo Stadium. He's Jose Mota. I'm Trent Rush in for Terry Smith. Terry will be back on Sunday. Producer engineer Jorge Sevilla helping us out today. Mejia is going to lead things off as Jacob Barnes comes in for the Angels. A lefty we were just talking about a moment ago. Excuse me, a right-handed pitcher for the Angels trying to get himself a spot in this Angels bullpen. Talking about the lefty Quijada before. And the first pitch in on Mejia.
Barnes
has first strike.
Barnes has a crossfire delivery towards the plate so far in spring through 3 innings. 2 hits, no runs allowed, 1 strikeout, but no walks. The Angels will take a very close look at all the way through the end. Power bullpens all the way from the first week of spring training, and the ability to pound the glove in the zone, keep velocity up, and he's got an excellent opportunity to break with a club in the 26-man roster.
Here's the 0-2 delivery. Hitting the shallow center field. Back for it's a shortstop, Rivas, and he catches it over the shoulder for out number 1.
There's a heavy fastball pounded right in on Mejia. Not able to make good contact, and a very nice play by the youngster Rivas going back.
Had a chance to have Angels pitching coach Mickey Callaway on my offseason show, Halo's Hot Stove, and the Angels Recap podcast, and Callaway was adamant about if there was one thing he wanted Angels pitchers to do this spring, throw strikes. Go after hitters.
And who better to go out there and convey that message? Somebody that's had success as a pitching coach, and I can't say this enough. When Mickey Callaway took over the Indians as a pitching coach, the names that became names later were not those household names you talk about now, like Carrasco, like a Kluber. Terry and I were talking. I went down the list of Mickey Callaway's rotation.
Yeah.
That included Justin Masterson, Scott Kazmir, Ubaldo Jimenez, the first year he took over in the Indians.
Isbell goes the other way, hits that one through the 5-6 hole for a base hit with 1 out.
So he can preach it all he wants, and it's all going to be on the guys on the mound to go out there and get it done and trust why he's saying it.
And another thing that he was saying in that interview was, because I asked him, I said, well, obviously you had that great success in Cleveland. How does this Angels staff compare to what you had back when you started with the Tribe? And part of what he was saying is there are a lot of similarities here. He goes, you got to have the right mentality and all that. We're going to work on that. That's great. But you have to have great stuff. It's the first pitch on Burt in there for strike one. You got to have great stuff, and this Angels group has great stuff. It's got to be channeled right.
And, you know, great stuff does not necessarily translate into success, but great stuff with control is what you're looking for.
That one goes through the right side of the infield. Trying to go first to third here will be Isbell. He will do that without a throw. It gets cut off. So runners at the corners now with 1 out. Base hit for Cam Gallagher. Or DJ Burt, excuse me. And now here comes Brett Phillips.
There's got to be a fighter jet around here.
That is a loud, loud noise right over Tempe Diablo Stadium. We were looking outside the windows trying to see something here. That Phillips stepped in. I think some of the guys on the field were looking up at the sky. What is happening? Runners the corners, 1 out for Phillips. Phillips had a double, scored a run back in the 5th.
And trying to manufacture, trying to go for the safety squeeze here, the Royals under Mike Matheny. Well,
you don't have a
both
tie.
managers love this, and why not?
And you know what, Mike Gallego, acting manager today, Angels bench coach, I think he likes it too.
Sure. Well, it was a big part of his game.
Nothing in 1 to count on Phillips. Jacob Barnes gets set and delivers. Fouled away.
Looking at one of the scores in Florida today at Trent. 19 runs for Pittsburgh, 13 for Toronto. And the first,
in a spring training game?
The first thing I looked at, let me see the wind. Oh, yeah, 16 miles an hour out to right field. That did it.
that'll work. That'll
19 to 13.
You'll get the same kind of
Pittsburgh over Toronto
elevation in the Grapefruit League like you do in the Cactus League. And there's a strike on Phillips, who goes down looking. So we talked about it. 0-2. Barnes on the attack, goes in there and gets a punch out.
There it is. That mentality. Be around somewhere, which is going to make all the Angels receivers much better in anticipation as to why framing becomes even more vital on pitches that are going to be so close to that zone. All about the presentation and how softly you receive.
Isbell at third, Burt's at first. Eaton's the batter. First pitch misses from Barnes. Down and away. 1 ball, no strikes.
As we talk Florida and home runs, Garrett Cole for the Yankees gave up 4 home runs yesterday. 4. 2 to Miguel Cabrera. And he has never allowed more than 3 in any regular season game. So Yankee fans, don't worry about it, because the wind was blowing out about 20 miles an hour to center field.
Garrett had a funny quote after the game, said, yeah, not my favorite day of 2020. But it is spring training. If it's going to happen, if you're a Yankee fan, you want to have it happen there. The Severino news, all of a sudden that signing for them becomes all that much more important As Burt will go to second base without a throw. A stolen base now. They don't call it indifference anymore. It's a stolen base. So 2 in scoring position for Kansas City here. Trying to take the lead here in the 9th inning. A 4-4 ball game. Barnes gets set. Pitch to Eaton. Down and outside. 3 balls and 1 strike. Angels will have Kruger, Hunter, and Peterson. 2 up in the home half. Should any of them reach Jeremiah Jackson, we get his first plate appearance of the game. 3-1. And there's ball 4. So now the bases are loaded here for Kansas City in the 9th inning. Breeze Valoria steps up. Struck out back in the 7th inning. Meanwhile, the other game going on today, also in a tie. 3-3 there in the 8th. So the Angels and Royals here on a split squad Friday. Very even so far. 3-3 there, 4-4 here. Bases loaded for KC. First pitch strike from Barnes. 0-1. Barnes trying to work out of trouble here. Good test. Strike 2.
Angels game over in surprise against these Royals. Dylan Peters started that game. He won 3 scoreless innings. Michael Kahn back in action. Came in relief, allowed a run. A couple strikeouts. Good to hear that name again, Michael Kahn.
Yeah. And there's a swing and a miss. So the Royals leave them loaded in the 9th. 4-4, home half of the 9th inning. When we come back, we'll see if the Angels can end up winning this game. You don't want to end up in a tie. We'll sort things out when we come back here on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Bottom of the 9th inning here at Tempe Diablo Stadium in Tempe, Arizona. Starting your weekend off right. Angels, after an off day yesterday, having a split squad afternoon today against the Kansas City Royals here in a makeup after the rain out the first day of Cactus League play. Randy Rosario, the new pitcher, into the game for the Royals here. 25-year-old left-hander from the Dominican. Was picked up by Kansas City last September after the Cubs put him on waivers. Jack Kruger is going to lead off this inning for the Angels in a 4-4 contest. First pitch is chopped over to the left side. Eaton is there. Toss over to Travis Jones. 5-3 on the putout. And Kruger is retired. For Randy Rosario, he's a sinker slider guy mostly. Does have a fastball, but when he has thrown, he's been hit around a little bit. Nice little ovation here for the new Angel banner. Torrey Hunter Jr. stepping in. Of course, fans have so many fond memories of what his dad has meant to this organization. First pitch on Hunter Jr. outside. Rosario can throw it pretty hard. His sinker comes in about 94 miles an hour. But did give up 7 runs in just 14 1/3 major league innings a season ago. The Cubs and Royals, as Hunter swings and misses there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jose Mota has made his way down to the field. He'll have a chat with Mike Gallego after the game. Be sure to stick around for that. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out to Torrey Hunter Jr. Here's the pitch. And that one's cut on and missed by Hunter. 1-2. For the Angels in this game, the big highlight, no doubt about it, Mike Trout's 3-run homer back in the 3rd inning. His first home run of the spring, and it was an absolute shot. Left center field over the hill in left field. Here comes the 1-2 to Torrey. And Hunter Jr. slaps this one over towards the right side. Hit it pretty well, but it goes foul. Looked like it was going to be in double territory, but it didn't quite stay in play. As far as Angels pitching in this game, once again, it's been pretty good. Jose Suarez got the start. He allowed a run. First run he's allowed this spring in 8 innings now, but 3 innings today, a couple of hits, the 1 run, struck out 4. And really it was a hard luck earned run after a batter was able to get to second base on a fly ball that Justin Upton lost in the sun. Angels have had a couple of errors in this game. That wasn't an error, but it played like one as Torrey Hunter swings and misses. So Torrey Hunter Jr. goes down on strikes, 2 gone here in the inning. And now we'll see Dustin Peterson step up with Jeremiah Jackson on deck. I know a lot of Angels fans, particularly fans of prospects that are paying close attention, really want to see Peterson get on here so Jeremiah Jackson can get a look. Hansel Robles gave up 2 earned in his inning. 3 hits. Did have a couple of strikeouts. Cam Bedrosian gave up a run as well in his frame on 2 hits with a walk and a strikeout. That walk, the lone walk. How about this? In the last 3 games for the Angels as a staff, they've only allowed 3 walks. 1 walk a game over the last 3 games. A couple days ago, they didn't have a single walk. 1-0 pitch on Peterson's outside. Meanwhile, the other game today, that one also tied up 3-3. They're in the top of the 9th inning there. Jared Walsh hit a home run in that game. Taylor Ward drove in a run for the Angels, as did Max Stassi. We saw Dylan Peters pitch well for the Angels. He tossed 3 shutout frames. A couple of hits. Pitch inside on Peterson. Tomorrow the Angels will be back in Tempe. The full squad will be here to take on the Arizona Diamondbacks. Hopefully Cole Calhoun for the new Arizona pickups will be in town. They had a good offseason. Madison Bumgarner as well. 3-0 pitch. Get it in there. Fastball for a strike. 3-1 now to Peterson with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Julio Teheran was originally scheduled to pitch today. He's now projected to be on the mound for the Angels tomorrow. 3-1 to Peterson. Ripped but foul. 3-2. Justin Upton had a sacrifice for an RBI in this game as well to go with the Trout 3-run shot. So those the 4 runs the Angels have scored in this game. Most of the offensive action early on in this one. And we'll see Randy Rosario once again. And this one is going to, again, just go foul. Well struck by Peterson, but trying to tiptoe down that left field line, just goes out of play. Rosario's best pitch, at least when it comes to swing and miss stuff, has been that slider. Opposing hitters just .211 against that slider at the major league level. Peterson replaced Matt Theis in the 8th inning, getting his first at-bat of the afternoon. 3-2 pitch. That one is lifted into left field. Back for it is Isbell, and he will settle underneath just in front of the track, and that will likely do it. 4-4 through 9, and that will be it as the Angels and Royals end this game in a tie. 2 hours, 48 minutes, the game time here in front of 3,669 fans here at Tempe Diablo Stadium. So 4-4 ends up being the final. Mike Trout's homer, no doubt about it, the big highlight tonight, or today I should say, as fans are arriving here at Arizona for Cactus League Baseball, trying to close out their week and get on to baseball. The Angels close out their Friday afternoon affair in a 4-4 tie. And the other game here on this Split Squad Friday, also 3-3, as the Angels and Royals end up with a pretty even afternoon, I'd say. No winning pitcher, no winning loser here in this game, as Jose Mota has made his way down to the field, and he'll be chatting with Angels bench coach and acting manager Mike Gallego in just a moment, as the Angels and Royals end up finishing this game in a 4-4 tie. Jose Mota now standing by with Angels bench coach Mike Gallego.
Thanks, Trent. Well, last time I called anybody Manager Mike, it was Mike Sosha. So tell me about the duties today and how much did you enjoy at least staying here in this ballpark?
Well, yeah, Joe did us all a favor. He was a team player today, and he decided to take the long trip over to play them at their home field. So we got a chance to see Suarez pitch, which I thought he did an excellent job today. He's had a pretty good spring training so far, and actually all our pitching today was pretty solid.
Let's go back to Suarez and the challenging conditions. A lot of plays that were not made, not the easiest to play out of or pitch out of, but mentally he had to be showing you something here today.
That's a great point. You know, he could have easily gone another way with that, but he stayed focused. He continued to make his pitches and kept us in the ball game, and that's what you expect from major league pitchers. You know, and I believe Suarez is definitely a major league pitcher, and if he's not this year, he's going to be real soon. But I like when he's out there. I like his intensity and his ability to throw strikes.
I want to ask you about the intensity of one Keenan Middleton, who is just over that injury, and it looks like he is just going out there free and easy, throwing the baseball. How much you enjoy the competition aspect of him?
You know, he's definitely a competitor, no doubt about it. He'll compete with you in anything. But when you talk to him off the field, he's so nice and calm and relaxed. It's amazing the fire that he has once he crosses that white line. But again, he came out and he threw strikes. He threw strikes with all his pitches. You know, he's got to be feeling pretty good about himself. I know we were very excited with his outing tonight.
How about number 27, putting one into Scottsdale out there? Where's his swing right now from the previous springs on what you remember?
You know, all I remember is Mike always having a good swing, whether he's going bad or he's going right. You know, I talked to him after that at bat, and I said, "Did you get all of that?" He goes, "I got that one pretty good." But you know, these guys are professionals. They know what they need. They know how they feel. They know how many at bats they need every game to get themselves ready. And by the time the season starts, these boys will be ready to swing the bats.
Talk about swinging the bat too, and getting traffic in front of Mike Trout. And the way the lineup was composed, you'd be a big part of that. How important would that be going into this season?
Oh, we'd like to have as much ducks on the pond as you can get with Mike Trout in the hole coming up to the plate, no doubt about it. You know, the other thing is hitting second like that, the more at bats he gets, the better off we are. You know, so that's definitely why he's up there. And you know, I don't know if there's a better two-hole hitter in the game as of today, and I doubt that there is. But matter of fact, there isn't. You know, we just want to get him to the plate as often as we can, and that's what the lineup is lined up for.
Manager Mike, well done today. Thank you for your time always.
Thank you, Mr. Mota.
Mike Gallego, hey, you know what? UCLA also doing quite well, so got a lot to talk about, Trent. So for you, welcome back, my friend. Great job today, and we talk to you soon.
How about that? We'll see you tomorrow. Jose Mota, appreciate that. Thanks to Mike Gallego as well. Final score here at Tempe Diablo Stadium. Angels able to score 4 runs on 6 hits, had a couple of errors. Royals also with 4 runs. They had 9 hits and 2 errors. For those watching on Fox Sports West, Jose Mota and Alex Curry will have a lot more post-game analysis on Angels Live. And on the radio, we'll have more post-game coverage as well on the Angels Baseball Radio Network. Thanks for joining us today on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West.
Angels will use their third pitcher of the day as Noe Ramirez replaces Ty Buttrey. Buttrey ended up with a scoreless inning. That was a strange inning, though, for Buttrey. His first appearance this spring. He faced 3 batters in the bottom of the 5th. 2 of them got hits, but he only faced 3 batters.
How about that?
Inning ended on the double play ball.
Glad to see him get out of there healthy, good velocity. Threw some breaking balls. Still obviously a long ways to go with him and getting sharper, but good to see the arm respond so nicely.
So here's Fraley at the plate as Noe Ramirez first pitch was in there on him, left-handed batter. The Angels have a couple of other changes. We'll fill you in after the pitch. That's a swing and a miss.
This guy right here is Angels Mr. Reliable. He's been used as an opener. He's been used to get a right-handed batter out in a tough situation. He's been used in long relief. Goes out there, Terry quietly just gets the job done. Every team needs a Noe Ramirez.
Very durable.
And misses bats. He gets the strikeouts.
Yep. And he doesn't do it necessarily with high velocity.
Oh, just knows how to set hitters up. A lot of deception. And for sure, nice tight breaking pitches, off-speed pitches.
Levon Soto is the new second baseman, and Jordan Adams, the new Angels center fielder. And there's a fly ball lifted down the right side. It's going to drop in for a hit by the time Goodwin can get it towards the line. Hustling into second, and there with a 2-strike double is Fraley.
Well, Fraley was happy to see Dylan Bundy get out there. A couple strikeouts, both looking on breaking pitches. Get something up at the zone here from Noe. And where Goodwin was playing just good base running and alert before the pitch is made. When you see the at bat, you see where guys are placed, and you also know how soft you hit that ball. It's going to be dying in front of your right fielder and has to make a long run to his left.
Noe Ramirez is working for the 5th time this spring, and he has had some trouble this spring. Giving up 8 hits, making 9 with the hit he's allowed today. 9 hits in just 3 1/3 innings. He's ready. Here's Walton batting, and he pops one up foul over on the third base side. That's going to get back and out of play. There's not a whole lot of foul territory here at this ballpark. The seats, especially down the lines, really jut out towards the foul line, so not much foul territory.
It's one of those places where if it's when the wind is blowing, anything hit in the stands, you hustle to the one spot on the edge of the track and just work your way backwards.
0-1 to count on Walton, and he drops down a bunt on the third base side. The pitcher Noe Ramirez off the mound fires the first and gets the out. That sacrifice works, though. It gets the runner over to third base, 1 away.
Sacrifice for 1-3.
That's going to get it done. Good job by Walton, who came into the game after Dylan Moore got hit around his right wrist back in the 3rd inning. Squares up, puts it in a very good spot.
Seen a little bit more small ball this spring here in Arizona.
From a lot of teams.
Yeah. Angels have brought the infield in. Here's the first delivery. That's low and in on the left-handed hitting Kyle Seager.
Terry, if more strikeouts are making the game better, I'm missing the boat. Home runs are exciting. Nothing wrong with that. Guys are stronger, better athletes. Guys throw harder, but there's nothing wrong with this. It's time to cut down those strikeouts, too.
Here's the next pitch, skied in the air into center field. The new center fielder, Jordan Adams, is going to make the catch, but tagging at third base and coming in to score will be that base runner.
Wow. Jordan Adams, that was impressive.
Yep.
That is a play that's not supposed to be that close. But good to see the youngster go out there and get behind the ball, and guys next to him are going, hey, get set and throw it. Let's go. Don't give him that run as easy as you think it might be. Tip my hat, Jordan Adams.
Yeah,
got some carry on that throw.
That was one heck of a throw right there. Couldn't have been any better.
And he was not at 200 feet, by the way.
No, not at all. So 3-0 Seattle lead. Now 2 outs here in the inning.
That's how the sacrifice works for you. That's a run.
Carlos Gonzalez batting. The Angels have the right side shift on him, and he takes the first pitch. That one missed, ball 1.
So right now, Terry, after the result, the happiest guy to see that butt in front of him is Kyle Seager.
Yeah.
Otherwise, that's just a regular F8.
Here's one tap foul on the third base side. Have to put a plus arm in the book on Jordan Adams right there. That was impressive.
Way to be an observer. We're just talking about that today.
There's one fouled off on
You've
the
been
left
observing
side.
well on Quinn Wilcott, but just, you know.
He's had a rough day today behind the plate.
Anybody has an off game, including us.
Yep.
And that's okay.
It can happen to anyone, Jose.
Absolutely.
In any line of work.
But you're right on the money about changing your book on Jordan Adams.
Yep. No need to white out anything. Just add in something on Jordan Adams.
Exactly. I'll be spending some time in minor league camp here at when the Angels have their next off day, talking to Jordan Adams and a few of the prospects, and I'm going to pay very close attention to Jordan Adams taking infield, outfield.
Yep. We always knew how athletic he is and his tremendous speed. Now we're going to just mention the fact he has a plus arm out there in the outfield. He can throw.
Be spending some time with him. Jeremiah Jackson had a chance to chat with a youngster yesterday.
Going to see JJ?
JJ. Wow, you're that close with him already? You're tight? That's what happens when
Jose, there's a lot of things you don't know about me.
Man. All right, I must observe.
Here's the 2-2. That one is low and inside.
Talk to Liban Soto a little bit. Get some profiles done for our Fox Sports shows and segments and features. Maybe a Kevin Maitan appearance. He's about to break out, I believe, Terry. Kevin
I hope
Maitan.
so. Yeah, I hope so.
And a few others. Maybe even Hector Yan, who was sent down to the minors today.
There's a swing and a miss at a 3-2 pitch, and down goes Gonzalez. The inning is over. Seattle does add a run. They have a 3-0 lead as we head to the 7th here in Peoria on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Mariners have made several changes, including a new pitcher. Anthony Misevich is now on the mound for them. They also have a new center fielder. That is Alan Hansen. And they have a new third baseman in the ball game. The third baseman is Bobby Honeyman. So I believe that's it. One other change is Colin Cowgill, former Angel. He is out there in right field. So Misevich is ready. And the left-hander's first pitch, that's in there on Brian Goodwin for strike one. No balls and one strike. Misevich replacing Swanson, who had a 1-2-3 inning with 2 strikeouts against the Angels in the top of the 6th. Here's the next pitch. That's taken for a called strike. Mariners' 5th pitcher of the day out there on the mound, the lefty. Right side shift is on. And here's the next pitch. This is grounded right into the shift. It's handled there by D. Gordon, and Goodwin is an easy out. That very well could be Goodwin's final at bat today. Misevich, formerly in the Tampa Bay organization, he came over to Seattle back in December of 2017. Last year in the Mariners system, he was a starter. AA and AAA had a 9-8 record, 4.59 earned run average. Here's Shohei Ohtani batting. And that one's in there for a called strike. Ohtani getting a 3rd at bat today.
Needs those reps. Needs to find it. Getting closer now as he tracks the ball better. 2-way player rule implemented this season, which will allow Ohtani to be actively involved in the Angels lineup and also actively involved in continuing to rehab his arm by making appearances in the minor leagues, Terry.
Yep.
New rule.
And here's the pitch on its way, and Ohtani swings and misses that one at strike 2. So basically, Ohtani could be in the Angels lineup as a DH, say on a Tuesday night. Wednesday, he could go down and pitch for a AAA Salt Lake. Thursday, could be back with the Angels, back in the Angel lineup as the DH again.
As opposed to just being on the IL, not being able to hit, but being able to rehab. So.
And that was a new rule implemented by Major League Baseball.
And truly very beneficial to the Angels, because Shohei was limited as a 2-way player last year, obviously only a 1-way player last year.
Next pitch, he was fooled on that one. That was a good slider. It looked like struck him out. He waved at that pitch. So Ohtani 0 for 3 today. Angel fans, don't forget to get your red on. Enjoy Angels baseball in a suite and get access to all-inclusive packages for you and your guests. Just call 888-796-HALO or visit angels.com/suites for more details. 2 up, 2 away. Here's Michael Hermosillo. And the first delivery in there for a called strike.
Attention media. Now warming in the Angels.
Misevich is pitching for the 4th time this spring. He has had some trouble this spring, but looks pretty good so far today. And there's a swing and a miss. Off speed, fools Hermosillo. He's down 0-2.
In this parade of pitcher, the Mariners have done very well. Led by the youngster Logan Gilbert. Very impressive outing today. 30 pitches through 2 innings, faced the minimum. Some hit 98 miles an hour. Newsom came in. LJ was outstanding himself through 2 innings, only 1 hit allowed.
Next pitch, that one got away. It bounced in way in front of the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Misevich has the sign, about ready to come in. 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count. And his delivery a little bit low and away.
That's a good take there by Michael Hermosillo. Came into this game batting close to 500, a couple of home runs. This is his 8th game played. And the most comfortable I've ever seen him in a baseball uniform.
Here's the pitch, and that one is lined in the gap in left center. It's going to roll all the way out to the wall. This will be an easy double. Hermosillo can run. He's going to make a big turn and then head back to second base with that 2-out double. He was thinking 3 on that one, but he would have been thrown out in all likelihood had he tried to get a triple on that one. So Angels have a runner in scoring position. Angels haven't had anyone past second base all game. And now Hermosillo just got that double, will be lifted for a pinch runner.
Nice hustle there. A little Gary Matthews action and getting that helmet off of his head and speeding towards second base. And as you mentioned, Terry, thinking more. Love it. Good speed, good athlete. Making a nice push to be on the 26-man roster.
Hermosillo gives way to the pinch runner. Orlando Martinez will run for him out there at second base. Angels need a 2-out hit. We'll see if Matt Thaiss can deliver as a pickoff toss. It skips away at second. It rolls into shallow left center. Going into third and now being waved home is Martinez. Here's the throw. He is safe. How about that?
I mean, more than one time you've heard me, Terry. There's some ill-advised plays that you just cannot force. And I understand spring training, the guy just came into the game, you want to pick up your pitcher, but you got to also know who's on the mound, what the situation calls for, how far you are, what the timing is. And on this one, not only was a throw errant, but also the center fielder Hansen not reacting immediately, and that ball absolutely died. And Brian Butterfield saw every piece of action, that ball dying and all the movement around that baseball, and he wasted no time in saying keep on going.
So the Angels get a gift run. It's now 3-1 Seattle. Talked about the Mariners when we saw them earlier this spring. They are not a good defensive team. At least they weren't last year. And last season, Seattle was dead last in the majors in fielding percentage. And boy, that was a costly 2-base error, bringing in the first Angel run of the day. Here's one that's fouled off on the right side by Matt Thaiss. Thaiss hobbling around. He
you see D. Gordon actually talking over up the middle with a young shortstop.
They're going to check out Thaiss. He fouled that last pitch off his leg, it looked like, so he's still limping around out there.
Looks like right off the right foot. Just outside the right foot. No protection with him. But it got him pretty good. No doubt the way he's gingerly walking on his stride towards the batter's box.
And Slice still needs a little extra time right now. Joe Madden is also out there checking up on Theis. Theis has been using that bat as kind of a cane out there to keep his balance as he's flexing that right leg a little bit. The foot is going to stay in for this at bat.
I expected nothing else out of Matt Theis, but there's no doubt this one's going to hurt for a few days.
Kind of wonder if we'll be back out in the field at third base when we get to the bottom of the inning. But he will complete the at bat here in the top of the 7th. And the next pitch, he takes that one low and outside. Angels just 2 hits today, the 1 run down by a pair. Here's the next delivery. That's a shot that's right up the middle. It's going to drop in for a base hit. So Theis is on.
And that's why he wanted to hit.
Yep.
Keep me in there.
Angels will pinch run for him.
Actually shocked that Misovich did not go back inside on him. That's one pitch guys don't want to see after fouling a ball off that hard. This man can square a baseball. Very nice job there with that at bat. Even without his landing foot bending is strong.
Pinch runner will be Elliot Soto. He'll probably stay in the game in the infield as well.
Pinch running for the Angels, number 76, Elliot Soto.
Anthony Bemboom will be the batter. He took over for Stassi behind the plate. This is his first time up. And the first pitch in there for a strike.
Bemboom was swinging the bat pretty well. Really understanding more about what it will take to hit at a higher level. Pitch selection, which is a key.
One strike pitch, and there goes the runner. Throw down to second. It skips right by the shortstop covering and through into center. Angels will get an extra base on this one. It'll be a stolen base and then a error out there to let the runner get the extra base.
An error on the catcher on the throw.
Throwing error on Murphy behind the plate.
Well, there's a play that we've seen 3 times already here in the spring. The delayed steal. We have not seen that in the spring for many, many years, even the years of Mike Scioscia. But 3 times, and all 3 times it has worked. This one causing another error for the Mariners. That's pressure and alertness as to when to implement a play like that when guys have their head down by Joe Madden.
So it's a 1-1 count on Bemboom. A hit would be a run as well. Runner at third, 2 outs. 2 errors in this inning by Seattle. Next pitch, that's on the outside part of the plate for a called strike. And let's pause for stations to identify themselves here on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. One-two delivery. It's hit high in the air into right field. Coming in under, making the grab on that one will be Cowgill, the new right fielder, and the inning is over. So the Angels get a run, their first of the day. Had 2 hits. There were 2 errors and a runner left at third. 7th inning stretch time. We go to the bottom of the 7th. 3-1 Seattle on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Angels have a new pitcher and a few other new fielders out there for the Angels. The new pitcher is Jacob Barnes. He takes over for Noe Ramirez. Noe worked the bottom of the 6th, gave up a hit and a run. It was earned. The walk struck out 1.
Number 28, Orlando Martinez.
New third baseman is Elliot Soto. New right fielder is Victor Acosta. Orlando Martinez is the left fielder. And the batter is Tom Murphy, and the first pitch from Barnes missed for ball one. It's 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the next delivery. That's right in there for a called strike.
Last time we saw Barnes on the mound, we saw some high 90s. And he has been solid through 4 outings here, throwing 4 scoreless innings.
Counts 1 ball, 1 strike. Next pitch, that's taken for a called strike.
It's 96 with some movement into the right-handed batter.
Barnes was with the Brewers and the Royals a year ago. He's a pitcher that's out of options, so the Angels have to make a decision on him when trying to fit some pieces together as far as the bullpen when the regular season begins. Next pitch, and that is a called third strike. That was a good fastball, got him looking, 1 away.
Again, showing that velocity. That was 96 repeatable with some late action. Terry, so far he is making it quite easy for the Angels to just say, don't forget about me. And not having options, and you're doing well, that always plays well for you, regardless.
Mike Myers is another pitcher in camp. It's kind of in the same boat as Barnes. Myers is on the Angels 40-man roster, but he's also out of options as well. Here's a pitch that is in there for a strike. Batter is Jose Marmolejos. He's had a 2-run homer today. Here's the next pitch. That's outside. It misses. A fastball.
Barnes with Milwaukee between 2016 and 2019. Then went off to the Royals and pitched in 15 games with the Royals last year, splitting that time with the Brewers. And 182 appearances in the big leagues. He's got 5 saves, 185 strikeouts in 180 innings. But with that had also come 84 walks.
Here's a little bouncer hit right to the second baseman. Livan Soto will make the play on that one. That's the second out.
Barnes looking to just continue on this role he's been going on since the early days of bullpens with Mickey Callaway watching. Terry, even Marcel Latchman had some input on watching him adjusting a couple of things. Latch was around here for a couple of weeks.
Barnes' earned run average in the majors last season was high, but there was a lot of talk about his velocity was down last season. We have seen it spike back up so far this spring. Here's the pitch. That's fouled back behind the plate.
Tough decisions always come, and the player's job is to make it as tough as possible. Look at Daniel Hudson last year with the Angels in camp. Let go. Ends up getting the last out of the World Series for the Nationals.
Yep.
Had a great run all through the postseason.
Here's the next delivery. It's hit sharply, but stopped by the first baseman, and the flip over there is in time, and the inning is over. Walsh with the play over to Barnes covering, and that'll do it. Quiet inning for Seattle. 8th is next. 3-1 Mariners leading on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West. Mariners will stick with the same pitcher, Anthony Misevich, although they have a new catcher, Brian O'Keefe, behind the plate. And they also have a new second baseman, Joseph Rosa, has checked in, replacing D. Gordon. At the plate for the Angels, Jared Walsh. He was taking the first pitch and missed ball 1. Lefty-lefty matchup. That one is taken right in there for a called strike.
Angels bullpen, number 46, Ryan Buckner. Now working.
Angels just a run on 3 hits. Seattle 3 runs. They've had 6 hits. The 8th inning is underway, and the pitch right in there, called strike. Walsh has struck out, grounded out. The only Angels with hits today, Brian Goodwin, and he's no longer in the ball game. Michael Hermosillo with a hit. He's no longer in the game. And the other hit, Matt Theiss and he is no longer in the game.
Attention media. Today's paid attendance.
Count even. It's now 2-2.
540. 6540.
Here comes the 2-2. Skied in the air into center field. Going back on that one is the center fielder right near the rim of the track. Making the catch is Alan Hansen, and that is out number 1. Well, today's attendance just announced 6,540. 6540. Here's Alcantara ready to bat. Switch hitter will swing from the right side against the lefty. First pitch on the outside corner. He takes that one.
Gotta like that as a switch hitter. Anytime you start a game, there's a chance in spring training to get some repetitions from both sides and not have to worry about getting more swings from one side or the other, especially the right side off the cages or soft toss or BP. Most times BP, Terry, against a right-handed pitcher. Coach. Nothing like seeing the ball in game action and get your body ready for the season for both sides, especially on the same game.
2-strike delivery, and that one's chased and missed, and down on that breaking ball goes Alcantara. So he's had a quiet day today. Batter now will be Livan Soto. This is his first time up. He took over for Rengifo, and Rengifo today went 0 for 3. First pitch in there. That was a fastball. Savage doesn't throw that hard. He's ready. Here's his next pitch, and that one is fouled off. That might have been one of his better fastballs since we saw him come in last inning. 93 miles per hour, fouled off.
Plenty of life. In fact, Livan Soto might have been a little shocked by that velocity. Seeing that he's probably been watching velocity since he came into the game with Misovich on the mound.
So 2 outs and 2 strikes on the Angel batter. Right side shift on, and the next pitch he was taking, that was borderline, and it was called a ball.
It's good separation there by Misovich.
Here's the next pitch, and that one, he just got a piece of it to stay alive.
Now warming in the Mariners bullpen.
Off speed delivery, just tipped it, and it was not held onto by the catcher O'Keefe.
Got a tight spin. Nice slope on it. And velocity, 80 miles an hour.
Waiting on deck, Jordan Adams. If the inning continues, here's the 1-2. That's high.
That's a 94. He has saved the best, Terry, for this young shortstop infielder.
Yeah.
Terry, time to fix the book on Misovich.
Got him now topping out at 94, and the pitch grounded on the right side. Should be an easy play. Walton, the shortstop, with the shift on, makes the stop on the right side of the infield. The inning is over. 6-3 on the ground out. Quiet 8th for the Angels. The bottom of the inning is coming up, and Seattle continues to hold a 3-1 lead on the Angels Baseball Radio Network and Fox Sports West.